Alright, I should be running. I'll just have a check. Yeah, you should be good.
That's right. Okay. Hey, first of all, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash.
I want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and shalom out there to the whole for their preaching the truth in all sincerity. Back again here, another week in Babylon, and as we watch, things are ever intensifying. World War III is on the precipice, and all the Esau's infrastructure is being laid out in front of us, man. And people are taking it for granted. People think, oh, this AI thing is, it's gonna change the world for the better. Not knowing that it's really a snare that Esau is creating around us. And I want to make a separate. I'm not gonna make this video or this lesson about him, but I want to make a video on Anton Daniels, man, because I was listening to Elder Yashawamba's video. I think he was doing a video on him, and I was listening. I was just listening to it. I was on a walk. I was listening to him, and the arrogancy of this dude is irritating. It's irksome, right? The pride and the arrogancy, man. And that's why Jake like that are gonna get destroyed. They're too obsessed with money. They're too obsessed with this world. And the scripture speaks about not being a friend of the world, right? He's obviously into this world, right? And he just thinks he's flying off that. He's flying off that, right? All well and good. No one's hating that you got money. Fuck all that. But your arrogancy is really irksome, man. You think you got fucking shit sorted out in your mind, and you're calling yourself a Christian, but you ain't even like halfway knowledgeable about the mark of the beast. So you're gonna do what you have to do. You're gonna take that mark. You're gonna die. That's what I'm gonna say right now on that matter. But Lord, when I'll do my own video later on that. But what I wanted to get into, World War III is brewing. England's talking about Russia. Russia's threatening the UK and this and that. Well, it's all good. That's all good. We need it to happen. You know what I mean? Kind
of. This is the book of Jeremiah 50 and 22. I say, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction.
Right, so America and Iran, they're going back and forth. Oh, we're going to do a deal, we're not doing the deal. We're going to blow some shit up. We ain't going to blow no shit up. We don't know what the hell's going on right now with all this stupidness, right? But what we do know is the effect it's having on the world. Yeah. Right, that's like definitive. What's going on? Trump can speak as many lies as he wants. You have to look at the reality of what's going on. Right, you can't trust anything these guys are saying. Right, you have to look at what the effects of what they're doing, because that's what they intend to do. It's not by accident. It's not coincidental. What they're doing is what they want.
Real quick before I go, guys. This is 2 Ezra 16:21. Point I want is at the end. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they should think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Right, that's where the direction is heading. Which is growing to the greater evils. Greater evils are in front of us. Famine, death and destruction. That's what's going to occur from all these things, because that's what they want.
Yep. And that great confusion is a big part of it, man. That's why the elders going into the fact that 1 minute it's a deal, the next minute it's not a deal. And the thing that people have started clocking on to is the fact that these keep happening around weekends. Right? What happens when the stock markets close? So people have just realized that each announcement is really just a way to manipulate the market, right?
Because how does this benefit mankind? How does this make it better tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Because if it's just about Iran not having nukes, bro, they ain't got nukes. Exactly. You're gonna make the same deal that was there before. Yeah. Nothing would have changed. They still they wasn't blocking the strait before. Exactly. Yeah. There was free trade. Trade was going through. There was no issues before. You was making up an issue, just like Iraq, mass destruction and shit. So you've made the world, you're crippling the world just because of what? Because it's the agenda. Nothing else. So not because Iran is so evil and we can't allow them to get nukes because they'll just nuke everybody. That's not what they're on. You know what I'm saying? They're not on that, right? But you need to make up the boogeyman. Yeah. Just like Russia over here is the boogeyman. That they're building up as well.
Propaganda.
Yeah. You want to say something?
Yeah. The other week, they say they decimated. The Iranian military infrastructure, and they destroy their defense system. But a couple of days ago, Iran shoot the American drone. Yeah. So Well,
Yeah, like the questioning, bro. But this is the thing, like that's why this whole world is built upon lies and deception, and it's just becoming more obvious, even though people still want to believe it. But having Trump as the fourth figure saying all these things just makes it like it's painful. It's painful to watch the lies because you know he's lying. This guy does nothing but lie, but people still allow him to rule and be in power, and you know they want to believe what he's saying. Right, and you know, which is funny because you know you had some guys out there trying to get to man, you know, with the heat, right? That's what not saying you should go do this, but that's the spirit America should be in, because you got just a crazy ruler that's not doing anything that he said he was gonna do, and he's obviously just fucking up shit, you know. But obviously, you know, ain't no one saying no one's go do that, but these men are more in their right mind than the guys that are following him, to be honest. You know, but obviously the guys that you know get put up in the news and that for doing this and that, they're crazy, they're ill, and you know they're left, they're right, or whatever. They need to blame the American citizens for something. Even though Trump's the problem, they need to blame the American people for the environment that's being created from all of this, right? Because it's becoming unstable. You know.
Yeah, come. This is Proverbs 29:12. It says, "If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked."
Yeah, right. And this is it. When you're being raised of wickedness, you yourself are wicked. Right. That's why the scripture speaks about you know the man of the ruler is so are the people.
Yeah.
Right. So Esau's whole kingdom has been built of blood, lies, you know, deception, all of that. So everybody in it that follows it and believes in it is of the same. Yeah. Right. The same kind. Right, so you already got yourselves to blame also. This is why the Lord said he will punish you for your pride. Right, because you believe in the whole America thing. You know what I mean? America's the beacon of light in the world, the greatest. Bro, you're the most darkest empire on the earth ever. Yeah. Right, but you still want to believe that it's some righteous bastion of hope. It's lies.
Nice. Precept. On the topic of the war. This is Matthew 24 and verse 6, and it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
So what Esau has done now, because he's in control of the masses of Christians, right, and the doctrine that they believe, right, he'll pay all this down because wars have always happened. Yeah, sure, sure they've always happened. But how close does Esau really stick to prophecy? He doesn't, right? So he'll just say, wars have always happened. Yeah, but as the other stuff happened. The mark of the beast and all these things is the technology and infrastructure there to be able to do what the scripture says it will do. No, it hasn't. The time hasn't been before. The time is now.
Yeah.
Right. So it's all about what's happening now in the actual last days. You know, what's going on now. Can Esau accomplish what the scripture says he's going to do? The answer is yes, he can. He has technology to do that.
Yeah, technology advancement. Yes.
You know, he has the capability of doing that now, and he has a crazy army. He's got some crazy weapons. He can enforce rule, and he can do all kinds of shit, right? So,
the nuclear advancement.
Yeah, he's in that position now. The beast had to fall, and it had to come back. So all these things, you know what I mean? There is a chronology of things that have to happen according to the Most High's plan, right? So it wasn't that time, but it is this time. Okay. Yep.
And it says, "For nation shall rise against nation."
Right. So the whole world is being upheaved right now because of policies, because of violations and all these different type of things, right? And like I said, Esau, Trump administration, they're looking for people to blame, their own people to blame, right? Because when they're all starving and hungry because the food prices are too high, they can't buy food. Of course they're gonna act mad, but they're the ones that get blamed. Why are you acting mad for? Because you're a demon. You're a demon and oppressing these own people. So yeah, of course you're gonna have guys running up with sticks trying to get to you and doing this and that, but it's not their fault. It's your fault. But obviously that's not how they're gonna play it. You're the problem. So we're gonna have to come down with the harsh rule.
Yeah.
But like I said, Esau is leading to destruction, whether it be internally or whether externally with other nations, going to war and all this other business. Right? It's part of the plan. That's why they're not going back. He ain't doubling, he ain't going back. They're only going forward.
And kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right, so all those things are happening right now. Famine is rapidly coming. Famine already exists in lots of parts of the world already.
Yeah.
Right, only because we live in the quote unquote first world, this place is shit.
Yeah.
These things are obviously slower to hit us than other nations because we're not quite as poor as other nations. But guess what's happening? Everyone's becoming poorer. So what do you think that means? Trump's going to talk about the GDP, yeah, but who does that benefit? The rich, the elite. It doesn't benefit the man on the ground, and they're becoming poorer.
Especially, and it makes me feel because Second Esdras, for their pride, their cities shall be troubled, because a lot of these westernized cities are the least prepared for dealing with famine and things. You know, like one could argue some of these poorer countries, because it's a common thing. You know what I mean? Like even something on a small level, like, you know, for brothers that, you know, travel back home and been back home, certain of their colonized countries, stuff like a rolling, you know, sometimes you might not have water. Your power out. You know how it was, bro. You might have to go to a well and gather water. But these people,
Where they go to look for water?
they call Thames Water, bro.
Yeah.
What's
There's no
going on? You know what I mean?
No, we're bankrupt. You know, there's no services.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it.
what?
You know, like, bro, these people can't even go 15 minutes without their phone.
But legit, like, if we ran out of water right now, where would you go to get water? And then there was none, and there was not, and there was none in the shops. Where would you go to get water?
You're fucked,
Bro.
You go nowhere.
You might think, oh, where's my nearest river? You don't want to drink that, bro. You don't want to drink that, man. I'll tell you that. Right? You don't want to drink Thames water. You don't really want to drink that shit. You know, and you can't go to the city to go South End and drink from the river. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna fucking work. So what do you do? We ain't got wells like that. I mean, we probably did at one point. But we don't have wells like that no more.
That's a good point.
You know. So what do you do? You're fucked.
That's a good point. You know, like a lot of these poorer nations, everyone locally knows where you walk to go and pump water. You know what I mean?
No one knows nothing about that.
No one knows where the well is.
Yeah.
What
Couldn't
park?
tell you.
You know the park where they have the dog. You know some parks have the little dog pond thing. Where they have a little bowl for dogs. That's about it. No one knows where to actually.
Them man, they even used to have the little fountains. You used to
Yeah,
press the
yeah,
buttons
that's
and
what
they
I'm
spin the
saying.
water right.
Yeah.
They don't exist no more because of coke. But like, them things don't really exist no more. So where'd you go? You're screwed. You're actually relying on the government to supply your water.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you're kind of effed. You know, so people are going to be acting erratically, of course they are. You know, and like I said, people are becoming poorer and poorer. So these are the situations they're going to find themselves in. Because although like these third world nations, right, they're poor, right? They got things. They're not paying £1.80 for petrol, like we're paying here. That's expensive here, and America is expensive right now. They're not paying as much as that, but just because they ain't got their currency ain't worth much anyway.
Yep.
Right? So I'll be questioning why can't they just charge us the same amount they charge us, like charge them here? Get cheap fuel. No, they ain't gonna do that. But yeah, everyone's being dragged to the bottom. For all various means, every mean, being dragged to the bottom. So there's gonna come a point in time you can't afford food.
Yeah.
You know? Yep.
It says all these are the beginning of sorrows.
The beginning of sorrows. This is not over. So you're gonna get to that point, but that's when it's gonna become real crunch time, man. That's when your faith is gonna be tested to see what you really believe in. Do you believe in Big Daddy government? Anton Daniels does. He believes in America. He believes in Trump. So whatever Trump says in that moment in time, he's gonna do, because he's gonna want to protect things that he's got. Right? That's why we're not here to collect lots of materialistic shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just easier that way. Right? Because we know it's all gonna be taken away from us anyway. Right? But Anton's guys like Anton, who's already been focusing on his money this whole fucking time, thinking he's somebody now, right? You are gonna become nobody, and you're gonna lose more than most people. You know, and it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna take the chip, and you're gonna be destroyed. It's not gonna end well. You know, but like I said, you're a fake Christian, believes in the world. You know, and you believe in the mark of the beast ultimately. To take it, not to go against it, but to take it. You know.
Yeah. Pick your article. You spoke about water. But being important.
I bet Google will have a hard time trying to find the next world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they say like in the US, there's a high record of water drought. Drying down. Drying up right now.
That's another thing. The most I've been drying up the waters of of all these different places, man. There was another article. What was that? Somewhere specific in America. I think it was America where like the lake's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, is this it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So the heading is. This is from concerned scientists. You know, he said what widespread record U.S. droughts threaten rural livelihood and food affordability.
Because it affects everything, man. Not having no water affects everything.
Crops,
Yeah.
animals.
You know, so bro, it's just one problem after another. That's why it says evils shall grow. They're not going to go away. Things are not going to magically get better. Trump's going to make some deal and everything's going to go back to normal. No, it's over. This place is falling. It has already fallen off the cliff. We just haven't hit the ground yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're free falling right now. You know, but there's the time of, you know, grab that in Daniel chapter 12 verse 1. That time of trouble is coming, man, and people are not ready for that. People are not expecting it. And like I said, most people, like even ourselves, when that time happens, we're not really prepared like that to know exactly what to do in that time.
Yeah.
Because it's an unknown territory for all of us, and that's why we have to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to guide us through that for those moments. But these people, bro, they haven't even got that. They ain't even got no belief or nothing, no faith, so they're just gonna be crapping it, basically.
Daniel's 12 from the top, and it says, the subtitle is the time of the end. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation.
It's the spirit. You know, the brother typed in the nearest water well, and I typed in chat like, you know, if suddenly all the water taps in London went off and it was none of the shops, what could Londoners do? And it just started mentioning you have water in your pipes, you know, like, you know, wow. You know, like
Desperation, bro.
the last
Fucking hell. Oh wow.
ice cubes and freezers,
Bro. That's
and then
crazy.
it just immediately goes to canned fruits and vegetables, milk.
Wow.
And then it says the River Thames and other river canals, but it would require water treatment,
Yep.
rain water collection from roofs, which even that I've
That's
noticed,
back in the old world type thing.
yeah. But it's like I've noticed a lot of like gardeners, people who take the garden seriously, have the system to collect water. But that's just people who are
Into that,
into the gardening thing. And then after that, it just goes to lakes, reservoirs. But then it touches on the response that our governments could put out things, but you know, people can last longer without food and water. So if it's a 7-day period, bro, niggas gonna be dead, bro. Especially these people that they just eat like bare bacon and digestive system is cooked already, so they're dehydrated faster.
There's so much.
People who just drink soda all day, canned drinks. They don't eat, bro. There's people who don't drink water, bro. People don't drink water unless it's flavored or some shit.
A lot of that just sounds like desperation, and you will be desperate,
bro.
You will be desperate at that time, man. So you'll be looking for them tin fruits and pipes,
Can you believe they mentioned heaters? You know, central heating.
getting
You
water.
know, like you know when you have to have a heater blend.
Yeah.
You gotta bleed the
But
heat.
that shit comes out black.
Black.
The water, yeah.
That shit comes out black, man. You
Fucking
can't
hell.
drink that. But yeah,
Wow.
desperation, bro. But
That's
this,
crazy,
But this is the scenarios we're talking about is going to be happening.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, we're not joking. That sounds mad, but we're not actually joking. Right? You're going to find yourself in this position. This is why people are going to become desperate.
Yeah.
And when the government say, "Look, we got away, but you have to verify yourself and all this shit. You got to take the thing."
You know, there's some trees that store water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find the,
There's some trees that store water.
These people don't know nothing about that.
Most
you know?
trees,
you
like
can't find the.
yeah, like there's even been like stuff like that, like where certain tree fellas, whatever, will cut trees, or actually try and extract the water from the tree. To have like they'll cut like a little shape, like a valve, and then put a valve on it and put a ball on it, and maybe over the course of the next day it will gather a bit of water. But these people don't have that knowledge.
These guys are probably trying to find cactuses and shit, man.
Yeah.
But apparently they don't even have water like that.
Yeah.
My boy told me, I was like, what? Like, the thing was like, oh yeah, if you're in the desert, you can find a cactus, you can drink some water.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I thought that was always true, innit? My boy told me there's not even any water like that in them. I was like, bro, man, I fucked you in the desert, innit?
Bro, I've seen videos
I'm
of
looking for the oasis. So,
innit? I've seen videos of people cutting down big trees, and like it's like a water tap on you know like a gush of it. Like it's crazy.
So you're learning something today. You're learning survival tips today, man.
Yeah, shit.
You know? But yeah, majority of people don't know nothing about this sort of stuff. So it's like, yeah, you're screwed. You're going to be completely dependent on the government. Completely dependent. Right? You think things are bad now.
Yeah.
Right? But you will be 100% dependent on the government.
Which even adds to more why Esau's a devil. Because we know for a fact this nigga has technology to extract the water out of the air. You know, even with that chain.
Yeah.
But what does Esau do? Buy it up.
Yeah.
Buy it up.
Hold on to it. Yeah, they don't really get in it.
It's just cooked.
You know?
Was the guy that did that invention called Moses?
Yeah,
Moses, yeah. Spiritual.
That's spiritual.
Moses West, too.
Moses West.
Cracking water out of rocks.
But they just bought up his tech.
Moses did that, didn't he? I mean,
Yeah, that's what his name means, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what Moses did.
Because it's
Spiritual, yeah.
But yeah, man, desperation and desperate times is coming.
Oh, and it's like when people get desperate, what happens? They resort to criminal behavior. They get aggressive, innit?
Yeah.
That's
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Trump's, you know, he's gonna point the gun at American citizens. Like just like he's creating that thing now. Like, yeah, there's terrorists trying to get me. You know, trying because obviously, more as time goes on, more Americans are gonna act out. And whether this guy was set up like he Manchurian candidate or whatever the situation is, more people are going to behave like that because they're going to be desperate. People and Trump's destroying everything, so people are going to act out, man. Because no one's trying to get him out of office, you know, politically. It's just allowing him to do what he's doing, you know. Yeah, sorry, read that again. Cause I think
Daniel 12 from the top, and it says, the subtitle is "The Time of the End." And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
And it's like, this is the least prepped people have been. Like,
least knowledgeable.
Least knowledgeable.
He's prepped, yeah.
Because everything was. Go on, bro.
So you said at least prep, like with this current situation with the Strait of Hormuz. Imagine all of this time people could be preparing, whether it's stocking up or whatever it is that they may look like to them, right? But the elites have done it so that they've not told them to panic yet. The only thing that they've actually focused on is, you may not be able to go on holiday this year, right? They're focusing on that. I'm not understanding that actually if planes aren't flying, guess what? That's a lot of cargo not traveling as well.
Products, yeah.
You know, it's not to cut you off, but it's like I remember looking into how you got an airline called Ethiopian Airlines, right? And it's a major hub airline. But one of the things that they were able to do is make routes intra-Africa routes profitable. And one of the things that they said they did is that a lot of it is the cargo, right? It's not necessarily the people. You don't necessarily have a lot of people on them flights, but you have a lot of cargo, whether that's medicine, food, fresh food at that, things that actually the only way to move it across efficiently is by air freight. If those planes ain't flying, guess what? That's a lot of producers that ain't making money. That's a lot of people that ain't eating or getting medicine, right? So there's a lot of prep that people should have been making that ain't being made. They're just looking at holidays.
And then even if they did put out a plan, it's like, what are people going to realistically do? Just go and rush the shops and go and buy shit from the shelves. But in terms of actual like skills people have, like how many people can do first aid?
Well, I say you say that would they go rush to the shop, but that's when Esau puts limits on things. So you can't just go and do it anyway. Esau already knows what he's gonna do with it.
Yeah. You know the ones. It's like buying silver, like when it's like £200 an ounce. It's like it's too late.
Yeah.
Buying like Bitcoin when it's like 90k Bitcoin. It's like you really should have invested in it a time ago. Point is, it's like, you know what I mean? A lot of our parents or even these Baconite, bro. A lot of them Baconite, their grandparents, when they was in school, they had learned certain like survival skills.
Can I get
For
something
example, like canning food at home. Like you know, there's techniques with meat where they put in a salt brine and boil it and leave it in a jar, and the jar becomes vacuum sealed because of the steam, and it's like frozen in time. It'll be like food in a jar for like 30 years. You can just have it. Bro, a lot of people don't even know them techniques no more.
I've got something for you.
Yeah.
It says Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies which your house shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Yeah, and that's how we was touching on it the other day when we did the one on the Genesis. Like, it's like the way Esau, obviously the Lord gave this world into Esau's hand, but the way he's done his system, where you just solely depend on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if everything was decentralized, like that the food system is decentralized, it's localized. You know what I mean? It's like it's local, like not 15-minute city where it's just a fucking grid. But if everyone had the little farm, the little land, the little bartering system between each other, then one region might have an issue, but the other regions can kind of
Exactly.
just self-sustain.
Well, the proof of what you're saying is the old surnames that you get a lot in England,
Yeah.
whether it be Smith, Baker, right? All of those kinds of names was because Baker.
You know that's the English surname, Bacon.
Yeah.
It's like
No, that's all good. That's good.
Baconites, isn't it?
That's all good. But yeah, the point basically being, it's like that was proving that people got, oh yeah, John, which John? The Baker,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You know.
Yeah, the Smith. You know, Rice, Declan Rice. You know what I'm saying?
I say, but all people now just rely on the system and technology.
Yeah.
But when technology's not working for you, what do you do? Come on, one sec. But all those techniques bro was mentioning about how you preserve food and that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, that was because of the time before we had like mass refrigeration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, so they had to do these things, but that was like knowledge that you would have to, you could do that.
Yeah.
But now, because everyone's got lazy and because
What's
they're not used
that,
to this refrigeration, they don't need to do that
Yeah.
no more. Lost it.
What's the term? The cycle. Hard times. Great.
Strong men.
Strong men. Strong men.
Good times
create
make
good times.
soft
Good
men.
times create weak men.
Weak men, yeah.
Weak men create bad times. But that's how it is. Because a lot of our grandparents, like, you know what I mean? You know, you might like a conversation and eat a bacon I actually work with. Because you know now, you know these people, they go buy food, a little banana might get a little bit of mold. They just throw it in the bin straight away. But then they'll tell the stories of their grandparents who were alive during the war. They're like, during the war, you fucking ain't throwing that away. You just get a knife and cut it out and all that. But now they got comfortable. You know, you know the apple's a bit too soft. Let me throw it away. They become so accustomed to easy life.
There were times where man are eating every bit of meat off the bone,
Yeah.
stripping it clean.
What?
I mean, I've never lived. I've not lived like that. If I don't, I'm just like I'm done now, innit? But people don't live like that. But they're gonna have
Bone
to.
soup. Like you know, Jake make
Rough soup.
fish head soup where they gather all the bones. He's right, you know, your brother knows, bro. She's from them lands, you know, where like you've cooked the main meat and you gather the bones, the fish head and shit, and make a broth for that.
Because it's like nutrients and stuff in it, you know.
You be dehydrating the shit out of that fucking, to get something out of it. But now, you know, there's certain Jakes that they just eat certain parts of the chicken and just throw it away.
You see all the time, innit?
Jake
You know?
too comfortable.
Let's say things are gonna change. This is what I mean. Things are gonna change. You know, this is about to be peak evil in this place. Peak evil, man. And people have no idea what evil really looks like.
Yeah.
And what a bad time really looks like, man.
Yeah.
Like they've heard stories of other places, but that's not even gonna be as bad as what's gonna happen around the whole earth.
Because in these other places, one, they're kind of used to it,
Yeah, that's what we're talking
right?
about.
They're kind of used to it. But then also it's like they still, in the West, everyone's very individualistic. Right, that's what the scripture says in
You're
Matthew.
suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm alright. You're suffering.
I have one. This is 2 Kings 6-24. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts and went up and besieged Samaria. So that's a siege, man. You know, that's basically a siege. Is basically a martial law. If you go into the word here, Tazawah, and it basically it says to bind, to besiege, confine, cramp, to shut in, to enclose. You know what I mean? To cramp, to fortify,
Shut in.
to shut in, man.
And that's what Esau's doing to the whole world right now with his agendas, man. He's putting you, he's grouping you all together, put you in this position, but you can't get out of. You know, and the only way you can get out of is on his terms.
Yeah.
Right? Because you know when the siege comes, they have to like, negotiate terms. Otherwise, you're gonna starve in there. Because you can't come out, we'll kill you.
Yeah.
So if you don't surrender, because that's what this is basically what Esau's asking you to. He wants you to surrender to him, right, and take his mark. That's what he wants.
It's technological siege that we're witnessing happening and playing out right now.
Yep.
Financial siege.
Financial siege, yeah. Because this is the thing. It's like that. When all is said and done, there will be food. You just can't get it. Bro.
There'll be some food,
Some food, yeah.
and yeah, you won't be able to
Yeah,
get
it's
access
like,
to
yeah.
that.
We won't have access to it. Like,
Because we know the powers of the government. We've gone through it plenty of times over the years, man. They can commandeer anything they pretty much want.
that's it.
Right, whether it be fuel, whether it be vehicle, whatever it is that they want, they can take. They can control the electrical grid. They do what they want, because they always see like they're the authority on how to divvy out all this thing. What do we need it for? We need it for the war effort. So this is where we're going to be concentrated to, right? So they get to decide what they want to do with all these things. So if there's a lack of anything, they'll just control it,
Yeah.
just like they did in World War II with the rationing books and stuff like that, because it was going too mad. And so responsible government, because that's what the government's supposed to do. You're supposed to be responsible,
Yeah.
right? You rely on them to do the right thing for the people. But we know Esau's not operating like that. He's gonna make it look like that's what he's doing, but we know that's not why he's doing it. You know?
So you have an oil siege. You got, they say there's a shortage of oil. There's a shortage. The oil's there,
It's underneath us, bro.
but it's just not allowed to come. You know.
I got more, bro. And it says, and there was a great famine in Samaria. And what's interesting, it says, it speaks about the siege, and then it goes into a famine, because it's a process of time. You know, a siege can start in the day, but the effects can hold itself out. Like if you go into 70 AD, you find out that really those lot could have actually like, if you go into the history with the Sicarii and the Zealots and that, there's actually like they could have lasted longer, basically. Like,
Yeah.
but then you find out that because they was having interwars with the different factions of like the Zealots and Sicarii, and there was a power struggle, so they actually ended up basically cutting. There was actually burning each other's food supply. If you go into the research on the 70 AD, one of the reasons why they starved out quicker in cannibalism is because they ended up burning each other's food supply for power control. You know what I mean? Because guess what? During the time of chaos, there's always going to be a vacuum of bandits and power struggles. You know, let's say tomorrow we find out that all the food's gone. Little gangs are gonna arise.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But then guess what? Through into fighting, you know, the food supply during the 70 AD dwindled, and it was, you know, the cannibalism came after. And it says, and behold, they besieged it until an ass head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. So that's inflation. You know what I mean?
And that's the black horse in Revelation.
That's the black foot. Yeah, we can get there. You know?
That's what's going to happen. Like, things are getting more expensive, as everyone can tell and see, right? But it's not the worst of it yet,
Yeah.
right? The rates of how it's going to jump is going to be far beyond anyone can manage.
Well, that's really hyperinflation as well.
Exactly.
Because supply and demand, like, bro, if one remember the Hovis 99p, or even you used to get the Tesco value, you know, the one with
29p.
yeah, 29p or 19p
What could be
ketchup.
wrong with that
Yeah,
bread?
remember, just plain label, you know, the 19p, get a peanut butter and shit. It used to be, remember, it used to be like 19p for sardine, bro. Remember back in the day? Yeah, like I know he knows for sure. You know them sardines, bro. You used to go with your mom or your nan.
That's it.
You get like the whole tray and shit. Now, remember we was in the shop the other day. It was like 99p for one damn
Yeah.
sardine, bro.
Do you know what it is as well though? It's the
Mackerel and shit. Like,
you've got the Fredo index.
yeah.
Fredos,
Yeah, that's a good
they
point.
used to be,
Yeah.
and that's
5p.
5p, and that's
5p.
one thing that everyone always remembers. Yo, Fredo, the chocolates.
Oh yeah,
I don't
the frog
remember
chocolate.
chocolate.
Nah, it was 5p.
I
remember
Yeah.
being
How don't you remember?
10p, 10p.
Yeah.
Nah,
Fredo was
5p.
5p.
It was 5p.
Yeah. Fredo was 5p.
It was 5p.
Fredo was 5p. brother. Fredo was 5p.
Still in it, you know.
Yeah, so and now it says an individual Cadbury Dairy Milk Freddo, right, 18 gram, typically costs between 35 and 45p. So it's 9 times more
Damn,
expensive.
that is crazy.
And that weighs less.
Yeah, real weight.
Yeah. Oh, bro, remember I bought the Snickers the other day. Remember? Remember the Snickers,
Pinky finger.
75p.
Yeah,
It's like this
yeah,
robbery.
yeah.
Like.
£1.20 something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe during your time it was 10p, but I certainly, when I was younger, it was 5p.
How did it drop then?
I don't know. I remember it being 5p.
15p, 20p.
Even
they just
fudge.
keep going up.
Remember the
Yeah,
fudge?
yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
the
fudge.
25p in it? Fudge and that. Yeah, man.
£10p package of crisps.
Trump.
I have a bit more, just a little bit more, and the fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. Like so,
Desperation.
desperation,
Mountain.
yeah,
Doo-doo.
dung,
shit.
doo-doo, blood.
Right? And don't think it won't
Mud
happen.
cakes.
Don't think it won't happen.
Yeah,
There's people out here that say you're going to be desperate, man, because the other options is eating your children. Going into cannibalism, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so some man won't want to do that quickly, so man will do something like that.
yeah.
But insanity, what?
The
Hunger can cause insanity, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
Whoa,
so
is that in that Prince like?
Yeah,
is
yeah.
it in that one where it's like with the two women?
Yeah, the
child.
you know, and it's like the Snickers advert. You're not yourself when you're hungry, bro.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
you will find out soon. You know, this little hunger that you're feeling right now is not hunger.
Plus, these people on these chemicals already.
Yeah.
That's another thing. These people on the chemicals.
You're gonna be off their meds.
Yeah, they're off their meds. Yeah,
Their
bro.
meds.
A lot of people on the meds. It's fashionable to be on meds.
Basically.
Bro, now people have meds for fucking ADHD.
Yeah, ADHD,
I didn't even know
sleeping
that.
pills, they got everything.
They got
Depression.
meds for ADHD. Just go and do a run. Go jog. You just got a lot of fucking energy. Like, why you need drugs for ADHD, bro?
Go swimming.
This
Yeah.
is not medical information.
Yeah, like you know, my brothers have met people. You're just a bit wired, bro. Just go do burpees or some shit. Why
Burn
you
the energy.
Go burn your energy, man. There's some people who have like restless leg syndrome, where they're just like, obviously that's a lack of certain nutrients in that. But sometimes they find comfort with the restless leg syndrome after having a walk. That's physical activity, you know? Do something.
Dr. Shacks.
Yeah. It says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, they cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, What alive thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son that we may eat. And he has said, and he have hidden. So the point is, her complaint
It's
to
a
the
mad
king,
confession, though, isn't it?
yeah,
Yes.
like
Crazy confession.
to be honest, is obviously, you know, wicked, evil. You shouldn't be doing no cannibalism, but she shouldn't really be complaining about nothing. Really, she should just be having grief. Like, man, I ate my child. She's complaining that look, man, I need help. Why need help? Well,
I want to eat her son too.
we agreed to eat sons. We had mine the day before. Now we're gonna have hers, and she just hit her son. What's up?
She under the agreement.
You know?
Yeah. But then,
And it's probably, and I'm thinking about it. It's like that child had to be pretty new, man. You know what I mean? Because it's like different if you got like a 13-year-old 6'6". I mean that's food for a couple of days, man. Like but if you look
and
at
a fight.
yeah, man, and a fight. I mean, and a fight. That's true. But if it's a child, if we ate one child today and a child tomorrow, probably a couple like 2-3 months old, because you get a little like turkey, chicken, like, that's about the same size as a newborn.
Yeah.
You know, man, so to eat one the next day and the next, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like a little whole chicken, you know. You got the baby whole chicken and shit.
And all,
I'm saying the
the,
people just losing their minds, bro.
Yeah, that was they lost their heads, bro.
Desperation, man.
It's crazy.
all these animal activists, man, they gonna start eating their pets.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You know how you had Trump talking about Haitians eating cats.
Yeah.
Nah, some of them are noble. They let the cat eat them.
Yeah.
Some of them will go out that way, you know. I can see it happening still.
Yeah.
Them vegans are gonna learn to eat meat, man.
Yeah.
By force.
I remember looking into like how dogs end up eating their owners. It's really interesting because basically it's like at first, like if an owner dies, what happens is it's like the dog is trying to comfort their owner. So no, so it will lick. But then over a process of time, what happens is the skin starts losing its elasticity. So then that dog lick then breaks the skin and their owner starts bleeding. And it basically says, as soon as the dog then tastes that blood, it like, yes, yes, I remember who I am.
I saw one owner, man. He fell asleep during a fire. Remember that one? During the fire, the smoke, and the dog was trying to wake it up, and the dog ended up chewing her fingers off, and then eventually she woke up.
Damn.
So she probably took her sleeping pills then, man.
Yeah.
Take it on.
Yeah, taking something.
Crazy. But yeah, you know, these disturbing things, as disturbing as it is what's going to be taking place in this time. Like, you know, that's why I say it's peak evil. A time as such as never been before, but it's just going to be on steroids.
Second Ezra's fifth.
You know, all these horrible things are going to be happening like on steroids, man, compared to any other time before. You know?
This is the book of Second Ezra, 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown presses appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, these, you know, like we talk about these businesses, you know, these factories that produce a lot of things. Because factories, bro, a lot of, like, brother used to work in a milk factory and all that. Bro, factories have a lot of, like, you know what I mean, inventory for a long period of time. You know what I mean? Especially finished products, storehouses. You know, sometimes remember, brothers might go to these little wholesalers and buy food, you know, for shops and stuff. You know, the veg markets, meat markets. But those are the backbone of a lot of local businesses and economies. Regions. Whole regions. Whole regions.
You get certain parts, I'm sure it's the same in the States. But you get certain parts where it's like, okay, these are where all of the you know, the box warehouses are, right, to the point where you might be even transiting through certain parts and then you'll see like a bus, like a coach for workers, right, and it will say on the front of the Amazon workers, right, because it's like they've had to create logistics to move people from there to there. You got that's why even sometimes you have like whole new roads and roundabouts and all of that motorway signage to go to, built specifically for like a retail park.
Yeah.
You know.
So it just shows you. So
Yeah.
imagine the backbones. Like it's like was it France? The French truckers strike a couple years ago. Remember France? They had all the French truckers had a strike, and then food supply and even Dover was affected. You know what I mean? A lot of these things get affected overnight.
Yeah.
You know, lockdown. A lockdown affected a lot of these storehouses.
Yeah.
Food, and then there was a panic from the people buying stuff up. Really, people should be panicking worse now than they did COVID.
Yeah.
Because COVID was circumstantial. You know, non-essential businesses, pubs, clubs, bars, you know, shut and that. But, now this is, we're talking about a whole
global system.
a system shock.
Yeah.
That's different.
Because the only reason why it was even that bad during the COVID is because they decided to shut places down.
Yeah.
Not everywhere did though. So
Exactly.
it's like you didn't need to do that.
Exactly.
But the economy got froze basically.
Yeah. That was a good point. You know, the elder and brother going into, because it was like what essential businesses. If you were a trucker, you were essential. If you were a factory, you were essential, right? If you were doing logistics, you were essential, right? So those parts of the world still ran. But what we're about to witness when this shock eventually materializes, right? Everyone right now, you know, when you watch The Big Short, when Michael Berry, whatever his name is, he's confused. It's like all the numbers say that this should be done. Like that's kind of where we're like, yo, it's been the Strait of Hormuz has been closed since February, since the 28th of February, more or less.
It's a 90 something day now in the war.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are like, yeah, you
normal
know,
now.
things if things haven't sorted out between like the middle of April, then problems,
Yeah,
innit?
run out this and that.
It's June.
Literally, yeah.
Ain't no oil.
It goes on to say, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hears, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies.
Because this is what happens now when things get so desperate. Like I said, people they lose their minds.
Yeah. Instincts.
Now it becomes a competition.
Yeah.
Like, well, I got my family. I need to. Well, fuck you. You know what I mean? If yours, like, it becomes a competition now.
It's real.
You know, survival of the fittest. Well, that's what Esau tells us anyway. You know, it's Darwinism, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right?
it's
So survival of the
natural,
fittest. So yeah, you got to fight to survive. Rather than get together, these men are gonna fight each other.
It's true.
You know,
It's true.
because they don't really like each other anyway. They're always hating on one another, really behind their backs and all these types of things. Neighbours and whatever.
Yeah, you see that in the, when you're at work.
Your best friend's fucking your wife and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? There's all these things going on, different things going on. People are not. She tells you, the men should not cleave together.
Yeah.
These people are not really united. You know, they fight for some identity that don't even fucking exist.
Yeah.
You know, all these fucking racists, right?
Yeah.
They're not really united at all. You know?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if there's a food shortage, it's like in your, you know, let's say you got a local community, you probably last longer by everyone coming together and have a mandatory sharing system.
Yeah.
Basically, if you don't do it, it's punishable. Like you're ostracized. Then someone just goes and just steals from a family that barely has nothing, and then that other family gets robbed by other one family stronger than him, and then you have one family just hold up everything. You know what I mean?
It only takes one to fuck it up.
You probably get further that way.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, or like, you know what? Everyone's got 1 kg bag of rice. If we all combine it together, there's enough volume to stretch this shit out for longer.
It lasts as long as we can.
Then you cook your 1 kg and share it between 50 people. It's not gonna work.
There's something to that in terms of like how society is built up today. And one of the things, one of the indexes that I remember.
Hello.
Hey man, what's up?
We
good?
said, yeah, we good.
What are you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Hi, how are ya?
Can you move on, please? We're busy at the moment.
yeah,
We're busy at the
busy.
moment. Move on, please.
As long we Muslim or
No.
Islam,
No,
we're busy,
Bible,
we're busy.
Bible.
Bible. So, salam alaikum.
No.
Have a good day, man. We're
You
busy.
don't know-
Not Muslim.
We're busy. Go on.
You are Muslim.
Go
You
enjoy,
don't-
go enjoy the river.
Listen, I'm Christian.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
okay, I'm
That's cool.
Christian
Fine.
too.
My friend.
My friend is.
But we're busy.
So,
Three at
hello,
10. 3 at 10.
hello,
Go.
me Christian
The
from Poland.
The alcohol is strong.
Yeah, alcohol
I
is
can
strong.
smell it, yeah,
but,
yeah.
but I'm Christian.
That's cool.
So,
Must no, come on.
But there's a church over there. Go and speak to somebody over there. We're busy right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
jihad.
Whatever.
Yeah. So when you look into
Kurwa, man.
when you look into
You know,
certain
may I tell you,
things,
boss,
what we talking about? Yeah, right. So when you look at like the rice,
you are sick.
Countries that do a lot of like farming and stuff. So like rice as an example, you can't farm rice on your own.
Visit,
Right? When you farm-
visit Rwanda,
rice
you
is
are
something
sick,
you gotta
boss.
farm as a group of
I tell
people,
you, yes.
right? So
They
rice
are
is something you got to farm as a group of people. Therefore, in those cultures, you have a lot of a bonding that happens between people because they're from a place where actually you have to do. You're used to working together. But when you look at the West and how we run societies, right? How it's very much it's all about you and your individual house. Right, so it's a very different system, and in fact, when you look into a lot of Western companies, it's structured in a way that is dog eat dog, right? You and hey, this brother, you told me,
Capitalism, innit?
Capitalism,
It's
yeah.
that mentality.
yeah, you told me a story about how certain man's in the workplace, although it doesn't even affect them, will mess over a whole group over there, so that they don't make any money, but it didn't even affect you. Were still getting paid.
Wickedness.
wickedness.
It's like, bro, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, grab that in, Daniels, please, about the clay. And the,
Hey, that's that strong drink.
Bro, how you see, this is what I'm saying about drunks here. They're not funny. This nigga is hot as shit. You're burst out your mind dehydrated, but you still have the balance to drive the bike. That is sensational. What kind of balance is he, bro? And then it's like, but it shows you, it's like, you just gotta resist the devil when you fully in it. Because imagine,
Poland, isn't it?
he's
Yeah.
Polish.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny, I've realized, you know what we was chatting about the other month, bro? How these Baconites and the Poles are like brothers now.
Yeah.
Because he's spewing the Baconite stuff.
well,
Yeah.
the Brits like to go to Poland.
Yeah,
it should be
like,
like more like
bro,
Poland now.
bro.
What?
The
I
Baconite.
hated man a minute ago.
Yeah, the Baconite I actually worked with.
Yeah.
Said, I was gonna say my name, but yeah, Steve, like, there's a Poland, mate, and it's just like, it's a lovely place. It's like, I can't lie, it's not a lot of,
Cultural.
not really multicultural. Basically, they ain't no niggas there. But it was like, it's clean. And I'm like, there's no crime. No fucking way. These people hating these Poles,
when they came,
taking their jobs like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And now because of Tommy Robinson, it's like a righteous pilgrimage for Baconites.
The happiest we should be.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
But the thing is,
But
it's
the thing is, the British are not the Polish.
exactly.
So even if you manage to get all the immigrants out, bro, this place will still be a shit.
Yeah, and Polish are still taking jobs.
Exactly.
They'll still,
Look at HS2. HS2 High Speed 2, right? Says it's gonna cost like 100 and something billion pounds. Right? This is something I remember that when they first started consulting about HS2 back in 2007, I think it is. Before the time they laid one track of rail, China had built like 40,000 miles in the same time period. Right? What's the point? It's the point that these Brits, they can't build anything. They're lazy. Right? All of it, when they talk about them Amalekites, they say every accusation is admitting something. They call Jake lazy. You're the lazy ones. That's
They're
why
projecting.
you're projecting. Yeah. That's why the Brits, they started these British homeowners, when they saw how quick and how well these Polish mans would build. Immediately they was like, yo, let's get some of these men to come.
And on top of that, really, like it's the corruption.
Yeah.
These men are so corrupt. Like the man like to blame Nigeria, blame this nation and that, man. But Britain is so fucking corrupt. That's why nothing happens.
corrupt.
Nothing happens. It gets elongated so man can get more money.
Yeah.
Like you might say, oh, China's corrupt or they're authoritarian or whatever. Yeah, but they get shit done.
That's it.
The money that they're supposed to spend gets spent on what they're supposed to do.
exactly.
That shit might not get finished.
Yeah.
But the money's been spent though. You know what I mean? It's like, what the hell?
Americans love talking about their GDP. Like you see it online. It's like, oh, but our GDP. I remember someone being like, yeah, but if you're even in England's through, right? Yeah, our GDP ain't anywhere near as the American GDP. But if I break my leg, I'm not going into debt. If I have triplets, I'm not becoming bankrupt. And then when you look at like other countries, more so like in some of these eastern regions, right? You can jump on a train. I remember like to go from like one part of Korea to Seoul to the other side might cost you £1 equivalent. In England, that's a £15 journey.
probably more. Especially if you make mistake, you ain't tapped out, you tap out and this
Yeah,
stuff
the
off.
wrong station,
You're
bro.
fucked.
At that time shall friend fight for one against another, like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein.
Yeah. The scripture says the love of many shall wax cold. You know what I
And this
mean?
already started happening.
Yeah.
How people feel and how they behave in front of you doing things.
Yes.
And these people got resentment for Jake and others. You know what I mean?
I remember, I believe it was Elder Ariala, and he was just always reminding our keeps like, bro, regardless of how much these either might smile in your face, never forget they don't like you.
Yeah.
And it's a true statement. And one of the things that people say all the time is listen to how people talk to you. Right? So you'll hear them, they'll come, yeah, so and so, this, that, and the other, they do this, they do that. Just know if they're talking about so and so, they're talking about you the damn same way. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Never trust that enemy.
Never
Exactly,
trust
because he's gonna put on the whole act for you. He's gonna act like he's your friend, that he approves of you and what you do and all these different types of things. But deep inside, in the spirit, he's been made to hate you. Like he can't change that. And the only reason why the Most High, he might have Edomites help you in certain moments of time, it's the Most High made it happen.
That's it.
Yeah, he made your enemies be at peace with you. But it's because the Most High made that situation, not because it's inherently in him to be nice or
Yeah.
to do whatever.
I'll give it back to you, but can I just grab this real quick? It says, Sirach 13:4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
So why did he sail halfway around the earth to come collect us? Was it because he wanted to be friends? No, fuck it wasn't. He wanted to use us. He wanted to cause us harm, right? So we can build him an empire, right? For use. He is an abuser. That's what Esau is. He's an abuser. Yeah?
Yep. So it says, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear.
He'll give you £1 million contract because you're gonna stamp some balls and some nets and sell Nike shirts.
Oh,
Is it because he wants to see you successful? No, not really. They're thinking about how successful they can be.
exactly. Let's be real.
Exactly.
Adidas and Arsenal, NKFC have been caking it over the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
You know, and as, you know, because honestly, I was thinking about that earlier on. I was like, wow, everyone's going out. If you didn't own a top, everyone's going out to buy a shirt. And these are like £80 each, right? £80 each, and there'll be one where it's like you want to go to the parade with your missus. She doesn't watch football, but it's like, nah, babe, we're going as a two. So you buy her one. So that's 160.
And the thing is, if they win, today,
Oh, forget it.
what's interesting? Remember, like it started back in the day with the Brazil World Cup. One of the World Cups with Pele. Remember his ad when he was tying his shoelaces? It was an ad battle between, I believe it was Nike and Puma back in the day. And Puma, I think it was, they paid him more to untie, have his shoelaces untied and tie it, and it zoomed in, and that's how he got the fame.
Yeah.
The point is, this finals are basically Adidas and Nike final.
Right.
You know what I mean? So basically, whoever wins, the chips, the brand deals, and the merch is going to be on another level.
And you got the World Cup as well.
And you got the World Cup.
You know, so yeah, Esau, he'll put you in the spotlight
But
if he can make money off you and make himself bigger. What happens to you and your career? He don't really give a damn. He'll just find somebody else to do it.
Pele,
Yeah.
like I just mentioned with Pele, he was the guy for brands. Like he was one of the first people that got their major brand deals back then. But how much is really left to his family? Because he's dead, isn't it, Pele? He died like a couple years ago. You know that nigga dies every 2 years, man. He passed away, innit? Yeah.
So do you know, when you said that, I remember when Trump was like, people have died that have never died before.
That's this guy. Someone needs to put him in a box, I'll tell you that.
But it says, if you have need, verse 6, if you have need of thee, he will
died
deceive
like
thee.
4 years ago.
Okay. He will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? So once again, if he has need of you, he will happily, if he sees that you'll be a cash cow, then he will happily parade you around.
Like LeBron James. LeBron James.
Yeah.
Yeah, he signed, big contract.
Yeah.
Because Esau owns money.
Yeah.
So yeah, he could give you money. He gonna get it back anyway. He gonna buy all these products.
Exactly.
So what does it matter to him that he loans you some money?
Exactly.
Don't mean shit to him. Money doesn't mean nothing to him. This is FRNs.
Just digits on the screen.
Exactly. So it ain't nothing, but he's gonna get what he wants out of you, definitely, for sure. Yeah, you might get a nicer house now, a nicer car now. You might get some top bitch now or whatever. But all that, as you watch it happen, it ends up as a car crash a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that's a good point. He also knows that your career ain't gonna be that long.
It's not forever.
It's not
But
forever,
that man's
yeah.
dynasty is going long
Yeah,
term.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, because
nothing.
it's really what it's who was it? Is it Shaq or LeBron? One of them that basically saved Nike.
what, Jordan?
Jordan.
okay.
It's like, yeah, Jordan. Jordan saved Nike, right? But when you think of Nike, right? If you don't know that particular story, you'll be just like, oh yeah, so-called blacks have had nothing to do with the success of Nike, right? But when you actually watch that, I believe it's in the Jordan documentary. and it goes into legit like Nike were basically through. It was the Air Jordans that really helped revitalize the brand.
But let's say, what is Nike without Jake?
Yeah.
Bro, they're the top athletes and all kinds of things. You know, with the urban wear, with everything, bro. So
Air
it's like,
Force
what
One.
do you sell?
Kanye West, like Yeezys for a period. That shit looked the shoes. I never owned a pair. I never liked them. But like the whole fashion shit, like nigga, this is crazy. But he was making the money. Oh, New Balance.
He became a billionaire out of that.
Have you seen?
Briefly.
Like,
Whatever it was.
remember,
Yeah.
New Balance was the corny shit.
Well, you used to get caught with
Yeah,
it.
you could never wear that. New Balance. One of those. Now because of niggas, it's like it's
Yeah.
it's the same thing with Ralph Lauren,
Yeah.
Polo. It's niggas made it
And
famous.
Crocs as well.
Crocs,
Bro.
Crocs were made famous by. Bro, I saw some in JD Foot Locker. I said they're selling Crocs in the. What is going on, bro? Like £50 and.
What are they, £50?
Yeah, some Crocs are pricey.
This is crazy, bro. Yeah, when I
expensive,
heard that, like,
And do you know they're hospital shoes?
Yeah, they're
hospital shoes you wear at hospital, sipping on and off. You know?
Crazy,
Bro, yeah, hospital.
Crazy.
Because people say when you say.
But again, bare Jake at the hospitals. They work in the hospitals.
Jake,
It's like,
bro.
because they need to be a comfort on their feet. They're on their foot all the damn fucking time.
Socks and sliders.
So what are these companies without
Yeah,
Jake
yeah,
really?
yeah,
Because you're not going to get an Edomite to rebrand the same thing and make as much money. There's no way you're going to do that. Jake is elite. Jake is elite.
Salt of the earth. You know, salt brings food to life, innit? Like,
All the record companies, why? Because Jake is elite, man. Edomites ain't doing nothing in this world.
And even on
Only
that,
making money.
even on that, when you look at just the structures of these different companies, he has made it such that you have no. We read it earlier on in the precepts, Deuteronomy 28. You've got no choice. How is it? I'm the one that makes the music, but I've got to go to you to distribute and sell the music and do this, that, especially in today's day and age, right? Like you kind of get it in the old world where you actually had to get physically printed and stuff like that. But so how much does that really cost in the grand scheme of things, right? But he basically makes it such that, like for instance, it goes into that was it Dolomite in the film where Eddie Murphy's playing Dolomite. It kind of goes into that. It's like, yeah, you can make the film or whatever, what have you, but how are you going to get it into the cinemas? Right, then the distributors, they're going to have relationships with the cinemas, and you may be like, look man, I'm going to do my own thing. You go to the cinema, all of a sudden the cinema's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
And this is what happens when Esau controls the industry. He does it on purpose, alright? He's not trying to let you get away in. That's why Kanye couldn't just run his own shit.
Yeah.
Obviously, he would have done that. He had the money to do that, but he can't do that because there's doors he
How,
needs to walk
Sway?
through.
You
They
ain't got
control
that.
all the doors.
He said it, yeah.
I'll always say, remember Beyonce, she did the, she launched her little clothing line, and she had to go to Top Man to launch it.
Yeah,
I
Ivy
remember-
Park.
Yeah, Ivy
Ivy
Park.
Park, yeah.
I remember thinking, but
Why
you're
Top
Beyonce.
Shot?
Yeah.
I was like, if anyone has a spare billion, like a couple hundred million.
People will go
like,
wherever that shop is to
Yeah.
go and buy that stuff, but it's like, because Esau, it's a system of oppression, like we always
Yeah.
spoke about, it's a system of oppression. Jake, no matter how great they become, can't get out of the system. Right? They're still being dictated by the system, and Esau controls all of it. Right? So you want to open your own cinema, you want to do something like this, guess what? You're in competition with Esau. And we know what Esau does. Motown, great example.
Yeah.
You start making all this music, right? They don't like that. They don't like you taking away their market.
bro.
So what do they come do? They come and buy up your shit.
Yep. Like,
Then they own all your rights.
yeah. And if you go into the music,
Because Jake love money, right? Because Jake obviously going to sell out.
yeah. And if you go into the music industry, you just hear a lot of artists. Their masters are owned by people who don't have nothing to do with music. It's like so someone's their uncle is a music exec. They just signed off your master to his nephew, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because it's worth this much.
Yeah.
It's just money. It's just a number for the year. You have that.
That's just
You know, you
just
don't care
own
about the
it.
product.
Yeah,
It's like, fuck it.
nigga owns your catalog,
Yeah.
and he's just like a damn gardener.
Yeah.
But his granddad took so and so, Smokey Robinson, or whoever's
Yeah.
catalog.
And prior to that, they didn't even want Jake on the radio.
Yes.
It's what I'm saying. It's crazy, but but when there's use for it, when there's money involved, and we can make money on it, and they want to control it, they'll do that.
Yep. The only time the mainstream started caring about all that was when Taylor Swift was trying to get her catalog. Now, and that's the thing, and that's the Jake experience, where we've been going through things for such a long time. Then all of a sudden Esau starts going through it, and all of a sudden it's a big problem. Like right now, all of these underperforming low IQ Baconites right? Now it's a problem, and it's like, wait there, but Esau actively created structures that stopped Jake succeeding in life, right? But now it's affecting you. It's a problem, and it's immigrants' fault. No, it's your fault. It's your elite's fault.
Yeah.
That's right.
Even with people that are, you know, that like comics and stuff like that. Marvel was saved by Blade, man. If you go into the history of it, it saved them from financial ruin.
Yes,
Yes, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be seeing all these top Marvel movies like Avengers and stuff like that. It's because of Blade.
Jake love comics, man.
Yeah.
Jake will buy the product. You put a black hero. They're gonna like a Black Panther, man. I mean, old Jake rushed that to go and watch that shit. Yeah, And then
Get a cord
then,
down.
then the nigga dies and he just drops off. It's like, oh fuck now, innit?
Yeah.
But Jake, they will, right? So you are heavily relying on Jake to make your money that you make.
So is it refuse to let them go?
You know, because they're the ones that market it in a fashionable way. It's trendy and it's popular. They make it popping. Edomites don't make nothing popping.
And there's that spiritual aspect where it's like you just be a Jake just doing something like walking. And then the heathens are looking at you like, how does he walk like that?
Yeah.
Like you're not even doing anything. But that's
Walk
the
alone,
spirit.
It's stiff.
This is Jeremiah 50:33. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Right? They don't want to let Jake go. Right? And even, there's a lot that's going on in this precept, right? The fact that, and that's proven where modern day Egypt is, where Babylon is today, right? Because where was the one place that both tribes were oppressed, right? Together, and that is in the Americas, right? So that's part one, right? But then also it's all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go, right? They don't want to let Jake go. Esau, look at a football, right? As an example, right? Esau hates Jake. But as long as he's scoring that goal, they'll suffer it. That's why remember all of the hate Saka got after the Euros,
Rashford, Sancho.
right?
Free Jake Smith, I think.
Free Jake, and at certain times you look back, you was like, wait there, but these man weren't even like the senior players at the
But
time.
no one said nothing when Kane fucking skied it against France. Remember, it was 1-1. I think it was the World Cup. It was 1-1. And they had a penalty and he skied it.
Yeah.
And then they lost to France.
Yeah, but the point is, it's like he will happily use you to win stuff, right? Look at France.
To improve his profile.
To improve his, you know, because it doesn't say France brackets. You know, they like talking about asterisks. France brackets basically West and North Africa, right? They just the badge at the end, the trophy at the end will just say France, and that's Esau for you.
Because if we was given an even playing field, we had the resources and the money that you had, and bro, you know what would happen.
But in the cases where the playing field is even, in the rare cases like Jake outperforming.
Because you know what it would be like. You know, like you've got the women's version of sports and we've got men's version of sports.
Yeah.
It would be like that.
Yeah.
Because Jake is just better. If we had just had Jake League for Jake things, Jake people, and this kind of stuff, and we had an Edomite League for just Edomite people, bro, the Edomite League would be dead. It would be dead.
And do you know what it is as well? Then you people hear you say that, but then they'll be like, so why is it teams like Ghana never do well in the World Cup, right? But then when you actually look at sports,
Because you've got Jake in the England team.
Well, yeah.
The other teams, France.
And not only that, economics plays a massive part. So that's why, especially when you look at women's football, whether it's club level or international level, countries that have lots of money in women's football do well because you can you can develop
Infrastructure and stuff like that,
infrastructure,
Training, nutrition,
Exactly.
all of that.
all of that. Yeah, you know, and that's why same way. If you've got a Premier League team playing a team that's like 3 levels below, you expect to beat them because they haven't got the same stamina, they haven't got the same training.
And you know the evidence of that? Every time we have like an Olympics, right? When we do well in a particular sport, they get investment.
Yeah.
And in the next generation, there's more of them.
Yeah.
And they're better than the previous.
Yeah.
Right? Because money was invested, because it became popular and all these types of things.
Yeah, and it's like just to back you once more as well, is when you look at women's football like 20 years ago, yo, that shit was
5 years ago, bro.
No, but in comparison to 20 years ago, 5 years ago, they're like
I thought it was-
16-year-old men
I
level.
thought it was against the law.
9 years old boy.
Yeah.
No, but remember the American women's national team played under 15
Yeah,
boys
boys, and they
in,
lost, yeah.
in America. Like it wasn't even no like top team. It was like like them Major League Soccer reserves, like under 15, and they smashed
them, yeah.
world champions.
But in terms of just skill though, because there were times you watch some of those early 2000s, yo, it's comical. Like it's an open goal, but the ball goes there somewhere, right? But what's happened over the last 20-something years is they are investing heavily, right, into making that sport better. Not saying that they're good as, and they will never be.
Yeah, you're not quite ready for pay parity yet.
Because remember Serena, they tried to put her Serena Williams
on the spot.
Yeah, they tried to put her on the spot, and then so do you
Roger
think she was like,
smashed me up.
she was like,
Roger smashed me up, man.
she was like the men's game and the women's game are completely different. Yeah, when you look
the
at like
rounds.
anatomy, the average man has 50% more muscle mass than the average than the average. But people do, but what? Well, if you got in a fight with Ronda Rousey, this, that, and the other.
I'll beat that bitch up. I'm talking about. I don't give a shit. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
She might know the chokehold and shit. Give me enough time to get my cardio up. I'll do something to that bitch.
Bro, the thing is, bro's got that length as well. It's just that.
Yeah, bro. But it showed you with the Richard Shields.
Yeah.
Remember she was calling out
Furman.
Triple G and Keith Furman, and like a pub boxer knocked her out in sparring. Remember?
Yeah, I saw that,
damn.
Yeah, a pub boxer knocked her out. Some guy's not even a pro.
Yeah.
Slept her, and I think she tried to pull a knife on him.
Well, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Jake Paul and AJ. And you saw AJ because I think he kind of looked at the camera before he did it. Like, alright, watch this. Right, point being, it's like when you've got elite level to a regular level, yeah, that Jake Paul and AJ were the same weight or whatever.
Yeah, it's just different.
But that's a different game. Now imagine, which I don't know the weights, but imagine Clarissa trying to fight a guy like that. Bro.
Yeah, she was something else happened. I mean, shit.
Precept.
I mean,
What's that?
go ahead.
This is Genesis 25 verse 23. And it says, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
So another thing I'm thinking about now is like Jake in the army. You need Jake in the army. You need Jake in the army.
Jake
man.
is overrepresented in the American army.
Get Jake who's playing 9 and 10.
Yeah,
Same chapter.
because on what the elders, when you look at the stats, and it's a stat that Esau never likes to pull out, right? Jake is way overrepresented in the American military, man.
And again, that's an abuse of the fact that Jake could be made poor. You know, because these are all these situations that you created, right? But without Jake, you ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't really anything.
Yeah.
Every nation has needed the Israelites to build and help sustain their kingdom or their empire or whatever. Every one of them. But again, it's something that we're never given credit for. That's why the scripture tells us that. They made no account of our labors. There's something you always downplay. All these nations have always downplayed our effects and our benefits in society. Rather, you want to blame us for everything that goes wrong in it. But it's you're the rulers, you're the corrupt, you're the wicked. So of course your kingdom's gonna fall eventually anyway. It's your fault. You know, we did the best we could.
What the brother called for, same chapter, Genesis 25 verse 27, it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
That's why you're blessing things to do with destruction. You know, man and man have got all these gadgets and technologies to destroy things and whatever. Right? Jay's like, oh, I wanna create war out here, like the Moses dude, or whatever he did. Right? He's thinking about things that can help things and do certain things. Right? Esau's like, no, we can't let that go out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make sure we're gonna buy that shit off him. We're gonna piece him off or whatever, or steal it, whatever, and you make sure that don't go out. Because we want to put more money in the military.
That's one of the things they say that what's his name, Nickel.
He would do the reverse. He's like, how can I take water from out of the air? So these man can't drink nothing. Harp, this type of stuff. He's so mad.
That's it.
Would it say
So
Tesla?
you go.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's like they say Nikola Tesla never wrote anything down. Where it's like now I think about it more than more. I'm like they still say, yo,
He knows too much.
take all of this,
How do you
hide
not
it
write
somewhere.
anything down? Come on.
When you're going through trial and error, you're gonna have to write things down.
That's it.
Or brain so guy's brain is so fucking massive. You can hold all these computations from like years and years ago and all this. No, bro, come on, what's you write things down? Just, I'm chatting shit.
I've got something. You got something?
Yeah,
Oh, go on.
Yeah, this is what Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto
Special,
himself.
and there's plenty of ways we're special. The most thing that makes us special is the fact that the Most High chose us as his people. That most makes us the ultimate. But being that those children, and given a specific type of spirit and ability, puts us above other nations naturally, right? And so what you have to do is do your best to keep us down, right? Put us in slavery, not allowing us to read, and all these different types of things. You do that to hold us back. Right, everything you do is to hold us back. Because if you didn't, bro, you'd be surpassed in next to no time.
Yeah.
And I know we keep talking about sports because that's what Jake's known for. But it's like all these sports used to be white people's sports. But they're terrible at it. And that's why they were Jake coming with the flair, man, jumping like 4 foot in the air. And shit, like you weren't doing anything. Like we got surpassed real quick, real easy.
And Esau weaponized, which we understand.
Or can't fly planes, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All of that,
He weaponized DEI. I remember one time I was like, oh shit. They basically used DEI to make all Jakes look incompetent. Because it's
And
like
then they put out the worst Jake they can find and see because they're like this.
yeah,
No, we're not all like that.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you'll be here is your Jake that has got into a position based purely off of competency. Right? You was the best person for the job. Right? Yeah, all of your underlings, right, your subjects, I like that. All of your subjects are looking at you as in like, yeah, I bet you was DEI though.
So what about all the times where Jake is like overqualified, but because his name's Ngannou or something at the end of his name, he don't get picked? What's that about? Oh, he don't fit in with the culture. Or, whatever these excuses that we make.
Yeah.
But the guy is competent as fuck.
Yeah.
But you don't employ him.
Yeah. And
All he speaks is he speaks English, but he hasn't got a bacon accent.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, hold on. He could probably speak a couple of languages.
he uses
Versatile.
he uses so many things against you because what the brother is saying, what he will package that up as, especially for your office work, are your communication skills, right? Or this, that, and the other. He will use how you speak against you.
Or even
But
your
my man will
personality.
hire a whole team in fucking India to be in the call center.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's just to attack Jake. It's to attack Jake, man.
I've seen it. Like I always make this joke. It's true. If you just go for anybody who's dealing with work issues, just stand in the smoking area on your break for like 5 minutes a day, and your whole narrative of you will change in 2 weeks. They'll be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what, man, he's alright.
Yeah.
If you, for me, one of the things I experienced in my last job, even my current, I don't do it, but what was working against me is on my break, I just go to my car. Everyone leave me alone. And then not socializing
Oh,
will work against you.
yeah. That's true.
That's what. Go.
You just stand in the smoking area. You don't even say nothing. You're just there. How you doing, man?
That's
Before you know
career
it,
suicide.
Best friends,
Oh, mate, I mean, it's a lad. Even if you spend too much time with your Jake colleague, because you're like, even
things
if
in common,
you might have a Jake colleague, you're the same age, from the same area, so why not be cool with each other?
Yeah.
Seems like it's just,
sticks to his own, innit?
nigga, you stick to your own.
Yeah, for real.
What was you gonna say?
No, I said not. That's the thing. So, each brother's got their different spirit, but it's like not
Being wise.
No, it's not. I don't want to say hanging out with. Trying to think of a better way of
Supplanting
phrasing it.
probably.
Not supplanting and just being around. They all use that shit against you. Like you'll come in for your quarterly review. Here it is. You smashed all the metrics, right? You was always never late. Never took a day off sick.
But
But exactly. But like, some of the colleagues think that you're very antisocial.
they're intimidated by it.
Yes, intimidated. They
That's the
feel
real-
intimidated by it because, right?
Basically, can you? I mean, I don't have a Can you shave your beard?
Can you tone it down a bit?
Tone it down.
Tone it down a bit. You know, be a bit, smile a bit more. You know, all that shit.
Because they're inferior.
Have you got the plane definition?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Can you get that as well? The definition, the plane man.
And that's the thing. It's like he wants you to be around, but then he don't want you to be around.
I've seen it.
Can you be there but not with us?
Like this bake manager, this bacon I hates this. My manager. Obviously, I'm cool with my manager. He's a Jake as well, young Jake. And this bacon I absolutely hates him. Now he's found out that manager's getting married or is married, and he was like to me again.
I was even trying to be careful.
Yeah, you know, he was like to me, Steve, I'm making him. He's like, what? I heard so and so got married. I said, I think so. I'm playing dumb. He's like, what? How come you never mention it to any of us? And I'm like, hold on, you don't like him anyway.
Yeah.
So why
Did
did
he tell you that? Yeah.
You know what? It's just
Yeah, he actually went the invitation to turn it down.
yeah.
He ain't gonna come anyway.
You know what? That's because I was thinking about what the bro was just going into earlier on. I was watching something on spies, and what spies do is they don't ask you questions directly. They make incorrect statements, and the nature of man is to correct this statement. Right? So really what he was asking you was, when's this wedding?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right? But it was like, oh, he got married. He was hoping that you would be like, oh yeah, or nah, he ain't been married yet. But because you gave him a non-answer, he was like, damn. Right? And that's, and when I was thinking about that, I was like, oh, okay, that's something to be very wary of. Because that's the thing, there's certain things in the flesh that are instinctive, right? If someone wants to come, because one of the examples that he gave was like, if I want to find out how much a Walmart worker makes, I'll go up to them and be like, oh yeah, so I heard you lot are getting like $21 an hour now. And then the response to that person will be, no, we make like whatever it is. So basically you're getting the answer that you want without asking them the direct question.
Like reverse psychology.
It's reverse psychology, because if you ask that same person, how much do you make? They're gonna be like, why are you asking me? But if you ask it from that perspective, right, you're gonna get the answer without people's guard being up.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to be careful of.
Women do that like all the time with men. That's why you gotta make sure. You know what I mean? If you're gonna use a brother, like if you're gonna use a brother as an excuse, you stick to it. I thought you said like, this guy, your friend, goes to sleep really early. You're like, shit. So I can't say I'm with that brother at 2 in the morning.
He was off. He was off.
They're smart.
Everything that you say will be used against you in the court of law.
Let me read it again and get the definition. This is Genesis 25:27. It says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
And like an Esau naturally has that serpentine spirit. You know, when you see these documentaries of Edomite hunters, they get into it, bro. They get into it. Jake hunt, but Esau, remember, they have a sport of hunting animals for no reason. Yeah.
Even here, man.
Something I don't get that.
But even here, we had the British man of hunting down foxes. Just for kicks, basically.
For
Just
kicks.
for kicks,
Buffalo hunting.
But them man go on safari, kill lions and rhinos and all kinds of things. Just to feel like they're powerful.
Or turn into a sofa and that's it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just a waste.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the word is Qawam, right? Qawam. And it says, outline of biblical usage, perfect. Complete, one who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, sound, wholesome, and ordinary. Quiet sort of person, complete, morally innocent, having integrity.
Man, I've got integrity and morals, man. Not half the shit Esau does. Everything Esau does is done with no efficacy whatsoever. No morals, right? Because he'll talk about morals, he'll talk about ethics and righteousness and shit like that, but nothing he does is based on any of that. Like I said, he's looking to like, how big an explosion can I make? You know, knowing that the first one was deadly enough, man. I don't want to make a bigger one though. You know, I said Jake is trying to do things that are just normal things. You know, how can I make my work more efficient? Or you know, things to help me live.
Oh, but when Jake makes, you know, once again, when Jake makes their work efficient, then all of a sudden, like Jake gets chastised for that too. Oh, he's lazy. It's not. Nah, I just don't need 3 hours to do a 1 hour piece of work.
The monkey wrench.
Yeah.
Why is it the monkey wrench? Because that's not what he called it. You know what I'm saying? He made. I can't remember the dude that did it.
Jack Johnson, wasn't it? Was it the name of this?
Was it the monkey
Jack
wrench?
Johnson,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
Right? But he didn't call it the monkey wrench. This is what you practice called it, right? But it's like he was just, oh, this makes my life better.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, that's what Jake's thinking of.
Made a lot of inventions, guys. Like that.
You know? Yeah, Jake, he's just hating, bro. Come.
Yeah, man. Our people made a lot of inventions. A lot of inventions that it's just embedded in our daily lives. Yeah,
From nothing. He took all the resources and money to do a lot of shit. But when Jake comes out sorry, at nothing, bro, you gotta respect that, man. But Jake don't get respected.
Yeah, even man, when there was a particular Jake, man. Like you know people who draw maps and yeah, that's the word. You know, that's the word. Yeah. He had a photographic memory. He could take a picture in his brain, draw the whole layout of it. So they used to take him high. I forgot his name.
I know the one you're
I
talking
think I know you're
about.
talking
Like,
about.
I'm sure there's a modern one now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, there was one.
He's got like something like that.
Nigga is great. He could just literally take a picture in his head and draw it perfect. You know? But then they say Jake ain't capable, so. Because he's supposed to, back in the, you know what I mean? Because the blessed, you know what? After that, you know, we just got that. Let's go into that. When the birthright got supplanted.
Esau's real standard attribute is his cunningness
It's kindness.
and his deception. That's what it really is. He knows how to supplant on a
King,
greater level
Yeah.
than we can right now.
Yeah.
You know, he knows how to do all that, man. But him himself, he's nothing special.
Yeah. Nah, he's a slippery figure, bro. You know?
Okay, I'll carry on then. Verse 28, it says, and Isaac loved Esau but because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sowed pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Yes. And it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I'm at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, which I'm actually get the Esau. I'm gonna get information and chat on the birthright, because what he showed there was just a carnality on the next level, and lack of integrity, but as well showing he didn't care about the Most High.
Same as Cain.
Yes, this same as Cain, because the birthright and the blessing, it wasn't just birthright blessing, isn't it? You know, Jay. Yeah, it got blessed.
It was the
innit?
keys.
Got blessed.
It was the
innit?
keys to the
It
kingdom.
was the keys to the kingdom. It's like a being having a relationship with the Most High, being His chosen, and everything that comes with it. It's sort of like what we always say in Deuteronomy 28, from verse 2 to like 13 is the blessings.
Yeah.
Then everything else is the curses, but the blessings like are just like that contains everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you go into the information, it's like because it speaks about in Hebrews 12 and 16 about how he
More so
despised.
yeah.
Yeah, you know. In fact, Genesis. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll go into that. The birthright bit. But
Carry on, yeah? Go on, verse 32. And Esau said, behold, I'm at a point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?
yeah, and then after when you was rejected, and then you wanted to complain.
Yeah.
What's the thing is, you weren't gonna collaborate. Tell me you couldn't chill. Even if you didn't eat that day, you weren't gonna die.
Yeah.
But this is Esau for you,
Yeah.
man.
You know?
No patience.
Carnal.
Carnal,
And that's like, Edomites are carnal, bro. That's why when they go through any adversity, they don't look for the most carnal way out.
Yeah, kill the whole family.
Nigga just blow it.
And the
kill
dog.
Nigga just kill the family. Or just, or is 2008, nigga just jump off. You know? I mean, like, a dude who do much wickedness, bare crimes, and when it's time to get justice, just blows his brains out before anyone can hold him accountable.
Basically, the original crash out.
He's a crash out. He's a crash out. Cain crashed out. Cain is a crash out. Cain is a YN. You know what I mean? I'll take that to a video.
No, for real though.
Cain's a YN, bro.
For real, because Jake will kill him. It's like not even proportionate.
Yeah.
Like, man stepped on your shoes, so now he's killing them. Like, what you could have just asked him to buy you a new pair of shoes, bro.
Esau's a YN, bro. He's a seed of YN.
Hey, well, that's what it just says. You of your father, the devil. Man.
Yeah, you know. He's a YN, bro. You know, young nigga, the nigga. You know, that's Esau, man.
He's the nigga.
The nigga, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
And it says, and Jacob said,
You know, you know what? Let's do a video on that this week. You know, Lord willing, we do a stream, man. Maybe Sunday sometime. You know what I mean? And day. Because that's, you know, look at these YNs, like, man, they're just so
Unreasonable.
you know, unreasonable, you know what I mean, irrational. They're just quick to just go and crash out and kill someone. That's Esau's history. Like, if you look at some of the wars he had with Dad and that, nigga, you lost like 5 men and you just killed the whole village.
The spirit of Cain.
That's the spirit of Cain. Oh yeah, if you take vengeance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then his one of his grandchildren, Lamech, was like, shit, if vengeance gonna be 70 times 70, or 70 times 7, you know, that's the spirit of it, right?
and it says, and Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob.
Yeah, and after when it came time to be held accountable, you was trying to act like you didn't do that. But yeah, let's go into the birthright information and just read down from there anyway.
It says,
What? Okay, he's gonna read it.
No.
What did the birthright entail which Jacob got from Esau? The birthright in the time of Jacob and Esau was much more than money. It carried legal, spiritual, and covenant authority.
Yeah, legal, spiritual, and covenant authority. You know what I mean? And in spirit, it was always his anyway. It was always his. The elder shall serve the younger. So that everything that else happened, that had to happen for that to happen. Like, you know what I mean? It had to, in order for it to be the elder shall serve the younger, the Lord had to make it work how it did.
That's
So
it.
it was always his anyway. It shows you the beauty of the Lord, because the Lord could have just made Jacob the firstborn in that generation.
Yeah.
Because we was the firstborn anyway in the spirit before him. Well, he could have just made him the firstborn then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, controversy,
And the
yeah.
Lord likes controversy. He's the ultimate director.
That's it.
Go ahead.
Like, you get some people, they go, he stole the birthright. It was his.
Nah, it was his, man.
It was his.
I'm about to take what's mine.
It was never Esau's.
It's never yours, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, one double portion of inheritance under ancient Near Eastern custom. The firstborn received a double portion of the father's estate. If there were 2 sons, the estate was divided into 3 parts. i.e. firstborn got 2/3 and the youngest son got a third. So materially, Esau gave up significant wealth. It says headship, leadership of the family. The firstborn
Headship, leadership of the family. So he gave that up. You know, like, bro, these, like, the ancient world, it wasn't like now where you just say things in vain.
Oh yeah, your word was bond.
Where is bond, son? You know, the brothers say in New York and that, like, the birthright, it wasn't just some empty words, bro. So that's why the blessing, why do you think he cried when he lost the blessing because you had the birthright and the blessing. But why do you think he cried? He's like, shit, man, I lost I got nothing left. You know what I mean? You know? What more do you want from me? He lost everything, bro. Go ahead.
Yep. So it says headship, leadership of the family. The firstborn became the family leader after the father's death. The one who exercised authority over the clan. The
And
one.
the spirit, because you know he was about to the blessing when the father physically laid hands. Well, he was more or less about to die anyway. Remember, he's got old, his eyes were dim. Yeah. You know, he was on his way out.
Which even that, once again, it's like the fact that the eyes were dim was for this same purpose.
Yeah.
You know.
All set up in the spirit.
All
It
set up
was
in
all
the
set up
spirit,
with his spirit. Same thing happened with who was it? Jacob and was it Jacob? No, yeah, it was Jacob
Joseph,
and Joseph's
yeah.
two sons.
Yeah.
He did the opposite. And he said, "Look, man." He's like, "Nah, Dad, no, you got." He said, "Nah, man, it's supposed to be." I know what I'm doing. Hey, sorry. You know, good.
So it says, so it says the family leader after the father's death, and I find that interesting as well. Not interesting, we know it, but it's like you think of what Esau said. This is the days of mourning for my father at hand. Then when I slay my brother Jacob, right? Showing you from back then, he's been trying to get the blessing and covenant back by way of carnal means, right? So it
Because
says,
how would that have solved these issues? By killing his brother. He thinks, he's just gonna roll over to him just
roll
because
over
he's
to
the
him,
only
yeah.
one left.
But that's probably what he thought.
No, that's what I'm saying. But how does it? Yeah. He doesn't understand that the blessing came from up
the
on high. It's
Most
not
High, yeah.
really from
man,
yeah,
yeah.
from his father. It's what something passed on to him.
Bro, that shows you that's the so-called right man. That goes back to see the Esau, because
He can just take.
when all else fails,
Kill
you
him.
kill him.
I'll just take it.
Basically, if you don't sign the contract, I'm gonna take you out. If you don't sign this treaty, I'm gonna take you out. If we have a president is voted in by the people of the country, if we don't like the president, we just blow up the plane, charge him. That's Esau, bro.
yeah,
Very good.
well, they get Gaddafi.
Yeah. Oh man.
But if anything happens to me though, tenfold, 74.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you know what I mean? So that's
let's be real. When they assassinated Soleimani, that was basically second in command of the Iranian structure. Because I know that they've got quite a few things going on. But he was like second in command, and people were like, bro, that's like killing. If you kill the second in command of the Americans, your country is not gonna exist anymore. Like by the morning, it's gone. You know. Because on the same patriarchal times, this was both political and social authority. It says priesthood role before the Levitical system. Before Israel had formal priests, the head of the household functioned as spiritual representative. The birthright likely included offering sacrifice for the family, representing the family before the Most High, guarding covenant promises.
And let's be realistic. We read about Jacob being a plain man, right? Perfect man. You think Esau could have fulfilled that role?
Yeah.
Bro,
That's a
knowing
good
that he
point.
has the spirit of Cain,
That's a good
there's
point.
no way he would have done anything right.
Yeah.
He ain't fit.
It's a good point.
He's not fit. And you were seeing that he's not fit.
That's a good point.
So the most I already knew this, obviously. That's why it's that he was never gonna get the blessing. You know, he weren't the guy for the job.
It's sort of like, you know, when you have a father that knows his sons. Like, even if, like, you know the younger one might be more responsible than the older one.
Charge it. Oh yeah.
The older one might get, no man, it sort of happened with the Maccabees brothers. Obviously they were all responsible in their right. But remember when it came to war, like the pops told, look, let Judas lead you, man. Or your other man, it could be the counselors, but let Judas
Do the leading.
But then, you know, no, but I'm the oldest. You know, nah, it doesn't go well like that.
What show was this about? I don't know if you brothers ever watched it on Netflix. The Gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Gentleman on Netflix. But I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's the very beginning of the series.
Yeah, the birthright scene.
Yeah,
After the dad dies.
after the dad dies in that,
that's a
right? And then what do you call it? The younger brother? He's in there because he's like, oh, obviously, big brother's gonna get everything. He's just there chilling. And then the lawyer then gives out the will and was like, yeah, the estate
What
goes
program's
to
that? I
the
didn't hear.
gentleman
The gentleman.
on Netflix.
I'll check that.
Yeah, and yeah, he basically goes and says, yeah, it goes to the younger son. And the older son's like, yeah, and he clocks, wait, what? What's going on? But then come to find out the older son is a drug addict, he's irresponsible,
Yeah.
and would basically have taken and destroyed the entire family estate. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna give it to my son who's he's serving in the military right now. He can, he knows how to do X, Y, Z, etc., etc., etc. Right?
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like it wasn't the exact same thing. It's interesting. Like the same kind of thing with being the kingship. That's what happened with David essentially. His big bros. You know what I mean? They was like, look, man, I know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the Samuel came through. They probably saw him straight away. They bowed their head to the anointing. And then they was like, hold on. So
Where's
what?
the other one? You got more?
Even Samuel himself was like, yeah, surely the Lord's.
Yeah.
And then the pops was like, and Sam was like, bro, you got any other use?
Yeah,
what?
pop.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
he's on the hill, he's charging, man. He's busy right now. Send him shop. And then they was like, nah, bro, I ain't
see him as well.
going nowhere till he comes back. And then it was him.
And on that, you even see they depict that kind of rivalry, whether that's
Yeah.
it's not, but like between David and his oldest brother, because his oldest brother's like, it should be me. But it's not about what we want, and that is an example.
kinda shows you that.
Yeah.
I've held up this family. You know what I mean? I've been doing all of this
Well,
and
do
that.
you remember when he came to the battle? Like naughty you. They said to him, remember when they saw David asking like, yo, so what do you say that the man's gonna get? That if he conquers his giant,
Why you man fighting him?
And then why you man fighting him? And then the brothers came, saw David reasoning. Why you get out of here, bro? What are you doing here? I bet you just came to just see a fight, didn't you? It's like, nah, man, Pop sent me to give you food, man. It's funny, when you read the scriptures, it's like,
gotta visualize it,
which is why, well, this Bible's for Jakes, man. It's right for the Israelites.
We bring it to life.
Yeah,
We can bring it to
bro,
life.
because remember church, man, with these Edomites.
man.
Bro, I used to fall asleep, bro.
Yeah.
I used to get some of the best Z's in church. I used to be there in my hands like this. One time I was drooling, bro. I woke up. Because they don't get it.
Yeah.
They teach the Bible
There's no
like
spirit in there.
Edomites,
There's no spirit in there.
Yeah, and when it is a Jake, because I had a family funeral the other day. When it is a Jake, well, it's be what's this word? You're listening to them talk, and there's nothing about the scripture. Bro, she started talking about she as well. She started talking. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I had a family funeral the same day this brother did as well. And they brought out Wisdom of Solomon 5. I was like,
damn.
oh shit. You been watching the videos.
Did they bring it out right or did they butcher it?
No, there's like the souls of the righteous and the care of them is for his elect. I was like, right, all right. You be watching the vids. But like it was the Eve lady brought out.
Okay.
So you know she be watching the videos.
Yeah, IUIC.
But the actual Edomite priest, oh man, that guy, bro. I said, hey man, it's over, buddy. Stop. Just tired. But yeah, go ahead.
But I was even going to say on the other point though, right? Because even before Esau and Jacob were born, it was already prophesied that the elder was going to serve the younger.
Yeah.
He was never going to get that inheritance, man.
Yeah.
Because he's not suitable. Right? Yeah. Most High already set up in a spirit like that.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
Yeah. Children trying to get themselves killed.
I can just tell those.
Carl's got demons on
I know what country that person is from. by the color of the music, you already know where he's from.
It says the Abrahamic covenant line. This is the biggest part. Jacob and Esau weren't just any brothers; they were descendants of Abraham and Isaac.
Not just any brothers, Because the line of the righteous is a big thing. But where Esau and Jacob is, it was split even there.
Yep.
And Jacob became that seed of the righteous, man. Yep. Important people. But Esau and Jacob, they played this pivotal role in end time prophecy, man.
That's right.
They're both important in their own perspective, own perspective, It just ends better for one, not the other one.
Set him up.
I know, right? Who are you? It says, the birthright meant inheriting the promises the Most High gave Abraham, land, numerous descendants, nations coming from his line. the covenant relationship with the Most High.
And that's why you might are small in number as well. You're not blessed.
They're
You're flamers. You know what I mean? You're just like come on, man. You're you know, maybe they're right. Maybe there's white genocide going on. I don't know. But you're doing it to yourself.
but don't worry,
I don't know what it is.
We'll fix it in the kingdom. Don't worry, we'll make sure that you reproduce.
Because you gotta last 1,000 years, so we're gonna make it work.
And guess
somehow.
what? No baddies for you. Straight you go. All you're getting is a woman who looks like a hog. That's to breed.
But you mean English?
Yeah, basically. The only type of Edomite you're gonna breed with is Sue from HR. From HR. You know what I mean? From fucking Dagenham or somewhere. Like that's what. Sorry. You know what I mean?
Stacey.
Yeah. Stace. Go ahead, right?
It says, by selling the birthright, Esau treated the covenant promises as less valuable than immediate.
Yeah, so don't act like. That's why the Lord said unto the wicked, what are you to do to declare my judgments, establish my covenant in your mouth? Since thou hatest as instruction and despiseth the Lord.
So that goes to show that Esau is impulsive. Right? This is how he behaves. He's impulsive. He wants what he wants and he wants it now. Right? Like a big child. You know? But this is what's led him to all this trouble that he's going to bring upon himself.
Don't act like you care about the Lord, Esau, man, because you don't. So that's why when you see them, you know, in the name of the Father, like, bro, you just stop, man. You don't believe what they're even saying. You both know it, right?
So it says a messianic line. In hindsight, it says through Jacob, later named Israel, the line eventually produced the nation of Israel, the tribes of Israel, and ultimately Yahushua.
What's that scripture that goes and he made it to rest on Jacob? He established the covenant and made it to rest. It says rest on Jacob, the promises. If the brother knows what the comment board is, it basically goes like, I think it's in Apocrypha.
Yeah.
He appointed a law and then he made it to rest on Jacob. It goes from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob.
Sirach 44, it looks like.
Yeah, what does it say?
Yeah, I think so.
Read it. Whoever.
even you say that, right? He made it to rest on Jacob. He needs to settle.
Yeah,
It's settled on Jacob. How's the other nation going to take that away?
That's it.
He's made his last stop.
He made his last
with Jacob. You know? Come on, man. Yeah, go on, man.
Yeah.
You can read it if you want. Right. So Sirach 44 and 22. I'll start. Yeah, this is one of them history precepts.
Okay, yeah, read it. And then we go into information. Yeah.
Me, you know.
Yeah.
Read it.
Okay, I'm gonna not read too far into it.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 44 and 16. It says, Enoch pleased the Lord and was translated, being an example of repentance to all generations.
Yeah, the righteous line.
Yep.
You know? Yeah, Apostle Tahar did
The legacy of the righteous.
Yeah, the legacy. Apostle Tahar did a video on an Edomite. He was kind of basically going into the sons of God being the righteous line, basically, and not no alien and whatever.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah. It was just the you know what I mean? Sons of God, man.
Yep.
You know?
It says Noah was found.
And all of them, you know, when it mentions those names in Genesis, that was the righteous line, man. For that era. Yeah. All the way down to Noah. You know, go ahead.
Noah was found perfect and righteous. In the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world.
So again, something that Jacob had in common, a plain man, written to word perfect, right? Noah was perfect in his generation. And the Most High saw or made Jacob the same way. Yep.
It says, in the time of wrath, he was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore was he left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came.
Yeah, and he was a
Witness.
representation of the elect. You know, him and his house.
Yeah.
Got mercy. There was the like elected and stuff.
And so they were there to bear witness over the Most High's judgment.
Yeah.
You know, because this is where we get all these stories come from. Because these nations at the beginning have this similar story about the flood. Because they all had to come from Noah's sons.
Yeah.
So they all would have had a similar story to what happened.
Yep.
You know, which you hear about.
says, an everlasting covenant was made with him, that all flesh should perish no more by the flood.
That's the only promise that all mankind received. That the Lord will not kill everybody by a flood again. So that's the only thing, right? Right, the fire's coming, okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It says, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him, he established the covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. It says, therefore he assured him by an oath.
It's like, and that's what the Most High wants to see. He wants to see your faith, your belief in him, right? And that's what Esau does not have. That's why he was never going to be in contention for the blessing. Because just like Cain, he didn't believe, he didn't respect, right? Jacob is filled with faith, beginning with his elect. And that's what we're being given, that's what we're missing. It's, it's being returned to us, is the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Right, that's what's only going to get us to the end of this thing, is our faith.
That's it.
You know?
That's it. So it says, therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from river unto the utmost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men.
So obviously he's not passing on to everybody and anybody. He's taking a particular, passing on particular people. Yeah?
Yep. So it says, all
But
men.
God loves everybody though. No, he didn't choose everybody. Right? That's not how it goes, right? Yep.
Says, and the covenant and made it rest upon the head of Jacob.
There we go.
He acknowledged him in his blessing and gave him an heritage, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes that he part them.
Yeah, you see that makes me think of Deuteronomy 32, the portion of his people. Jacob was a lot of his inheritance.
Now, did the Lord ever say that I'm going to take it? I've taken it away from you and give it to somebody else? No.
Yeah, because
Why would he say it's in the Savior within Israel?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want?
And these terms was agreed before Jacob was even born. Like, you know what I mean? It's like these promises were already done. Like, you know what I mean? It's a covenant. The fathers of the promise, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He already promised his friend. You know what I mean? Abraham.
Just on the note again about because I'm not saying like, I'm going to think what the Most High is thinking, but if the Most High wanted to save the whole world, why would he raise up a savior from within the Israelites? Why wouldn't it have been a heathen? If that's what he wanted to do, to demonstrate that this is, everybody can be saved. Why did it have to be from Israel? Because we was promised something.
Yeah.
We was promised something, not everybody else. We was promised something, right?
Yeah.
Which we was not able to obtain on our own.
Yeah.
And so we needed a savior to come from within us to bring that promise to us, man, to give us the remission of sins.
Yeah, and salvation is naturally exclusive. Because, you know what I mean? It's like, if someone's been saved, there's others who ain't. You know what I mean? The further you zoom out of it, it's always going to be exclusive by comparison. You know what I mean? It's what it is, man. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Well, if you're saving the whole world from what?
Exactly.
You know?
It's the book of Romans,
Then we can go back to that info.
9, we start from 1. It says, I say the truth in a mashak and lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart, for I could wish that myself were cast from a mashak for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israel, to whom pertains the adoption and the glory and the covenant and the giving of the law and the service of Mosiah and the promise, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerned the flesh, and Masha came, who is over all, Mosiah blessed forever. Amen.
And Christians can't, vocabs try hard to get around that Romans 9. That Romans 9 always cuts vocab. Because it centralizes everything. Covenants, the giving of the law, the services, the promises pertaining to the law, the adoption. What's the adoption, man? Being brought back to the Lord.
Pertains to, belongs to.
Yeah.
So you don't have no part in this.
There's nothing you can do to make yourself a part of it. Yeah, let's go back at info.
Yep. So it says,
And I think you can even read down to the second point as well, on the info.
Yep. So it says, in Messianic, yeah, we read that. Important distinction: birthright versus blessing. They are related but not identical. Birthright, the legal rights and inheritance status. Blessing, spoken prophetic empowerment from the father. Genesis 27. Jacob acquired both. Why Scripture says Esau despised it. In Epistle to the Hebrews 12:16, Esau is called profane because he valued immediate physical relief over long-term spiritual inheritance.
Carnal.
Their God is their belly.
Go ahead. Yeah.
And that's the energy that he puts on everybody else. That's why these people are not really faithful. They only believe in the carnal, sensual things, things that they can touch and see and whatever. That's why when the time of trouble comes and Esau brings out the mark of the beast, they're not going to be thinking about the Most High and what can the Most High do. They've never seen him. They doubt that he's going to do anything, right? But Esau, he's offering you help, or what looks like help, right? So they're going to just believe him and follow him, and not give account or credit to the Most High's word and what he said. You know, because these people believe it's just a book now. You know. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. So it says, Esau is called profane because he valued immediate physical relief over long-term spiritual inheritance. It wasn't just about soup. It was about appetite over covenant, now over future, flesh over promise.
Because look at that in contrast with Isaac. Right, Isaac was promised everything, right? But he was told to sacrifice his only son. So how would his blessing would have come to pass? Oh, it's like Abraham and Isaac, it's like it. How would that blessing come? How that promise would have come to pass if he did that? Like, and obviously Abraham would have thought about it, but it's like, but the Lord's, I believe what the Lord is saying. Like, I've got to do this thing, and somehow it's going to work, isn't it? Somehow it's going to work out. Right? Esau's the complete opposite of that, because he was, he's at the point to die when he couldn't have been that fucking bad, right? Man was talking, right?
Exactly.
But he's not willing to suffer anything. He's not willing to give up nothing. He ain't willing to go through these things because Jake, even though we promised these things, we still have to go through things to get it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because Jake been under punishments and suffering for a long time now, and we understand there's still more to come. So we understand the reasoning, but Esau doesn't care to he doesn't want to be that guy that has to go through those things. He just wants it. Like I said, that he's not deserving of them.
Romans 8, start from 6. 6. Say, for to be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Most High, for it is not subject to the law of Most High, neither indeed can be.
And that's what Esau demonstrated in that moment, that he's of a carnal mind. And so he's not in tune with the Heavenly Father. Again, reference back to Cain, because Cain was the same way. And Esau is just a reincarnation Esau's just a reincarnation of Cain. Right? So this is all set up prior to even them being born. But Esau was never going to get that blessing because he's not the character to fit that bill. Most High made him to be the wicked. Right? So that's the purpose he plays. And he can't do right. Right? Even though he might try and portray like he's trying to do the right thing, like he ain't never going to be able to do that. He's always meant to be the devil. He was always meant to fail. The blessing was always meant to go to Jacob, but Jacob is the righteous who's going to rule in the kingdom. Okay, beginning with Yahweh Shai, right? Who's the best of us, right? Our King, our Lord, right? But we're the people that's supposed to do that because that's what He chose us to do. Chose us for to do.
Back into Romans 9, you only say 9 and 6 say, not as though the word of Mosiah has taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
Right, so there's an aspect to this and what the Most High is looking for, right? Because as a people, all Israel are His people. right? But there's only certain Israelites, i.e. that demonstrate what it means to really be an Israelite, right? Which is those Israelites that have faith. And that's why there was a stark contrast between, you know, when we came out of Egypt, right, we had the Israelites complaining all day fucking long, right? They all perished, right? Because, you know, only Joshua and Caleb were the ones that made it through into the kingdom, right? Because they were faithful until the end. You know, Moses, he made a little bit of a mess up, a little boo-boo. But he was still a righteous man, but he just didn't make it into the kingdom. But everyone else got perished, they got judged, right? Because they were being disobedient, basically. All right? So the Most High is looking out of his people, the elect, the ones that he gave faith to, basically, to come out of this thing. That's who he's turning to, right? And that's what it means to be. That's what it means to be the Israel of God. You know, so not all Israel are Israel now, because the most of our people are acting like the heathen. So even though they be Israelites by heritage and by descent, they are not acting like Israelites. And so the Lord ain't looking for them.
Can these bones live?
Yeah. Only some of us can. Others are going to stay dead. Double dead, double deep fried, right? In this kingdom, in this judgment. But the Most High is looking for his elect, those that really truly encompass what it is to be an Israelite. Right? That's what it is. It's not about the heathen, and no, it's about the true Israelites. You know, the ones that act the part and, you know, walk the walk and talk the talk. You know.
Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children. Like the Abraham have children of
Many
Keturah,
children.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, so just because you related to us, just because you related to us in some way somehow, don't mean you're the chosen, right? Because we know that the Most High chose a particular seed. You know, a man like Ishmael, they were put aside, man. They got their own little thing going on, but they didn't get the main blessing. You know, just the way Esau didn't get the main blessing. He got he got his little thing going on because he's a son of Isaac. Yeah. But his blessing went to Jacob. Yeah, and it stayed there. Okay, and it went to the 12 patriarchs. You know, their seed. Yep.
Are they all the children? Are they all children? But in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is.
Where, like I said, it rested on Jacob. That's where it's at. Yep.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh. These are not the children of Mosiah, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
Right, so the promise is important. People try to ignore what the promise was. That anyone could just jump in now. No, what was the promise though? What did he promise? Otherwise, the Most High is a liar, and the Most High can't be. Right, so that promise is very important, man, because that's the binding contract that nothing can dissolve.
It's like I think about shares and options and stuff like that. You got this thing called vesting, which like you can be written in a contract too, but if the rest of the contract hasn't been fulfilled, i.e. the vesting period, whether it be 3 years, 5 years, you ain't getting anything. You might see all of your mates, they be there all day, but if yours ain't vested, it's peak, isn't it? Point being, the contract's a contract, right? And like in this thing of ours, there was a contract made, right, between the Most High and our patriarchs, man. You know?
That's right.
As goes on to say, for this is the word of promise. At this time when I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
So it's a predetermined thing. This isn't really about, like, you know, who's the best at anything, really, like, or whatever. The Most High has made a decision from a long time ago.
Even when you look at the elect of Israel, right, you might have someone who's, but I know all the precepts, why is that person, you know, the head or whatever? But no, it's about predetermination, according to the good pleasure of his will.
And all things must be subject to the will of the Most High. Right? So whether you like it or not, it is what it is, man. You have to deal with that, man, and be humble or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything has been set in stone. Right? So that no one can change the outcome or what the Most High has already set out. the children of Israel were chosen for that very, very purpose of being rulers of the kingdom.
That's it.
Right? The promise was never going to be destroyed because the Most High never goes back in His word. Yeah, we fucked up, but that doesn't change the Most High side of things.
That's it.
Right? He's still going to uphold His word. He just gave us a way to do it through Yahweh Shai. That's it.
And when it was said that we were gonna fuck up, there was always provisions of how we would get back in the
always.
fold.
And that was being said from the beginning before he's even given the laws kind of thing to be doing it. You know what I mean? Before we got any consistent, we was told that yeah, you're gonna go off.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but if you turn on to me and this and that, you repent, then I'll turn back onto you. That's what's happened.
It's a watertight contract, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Infallible for us, because even though we fuck up, we still get it at the end.
That's it.
We can't fuck up enough to not get it.
It's rigged.
Yes,
rigged.
You know?
Yeah,
And that doesn't mean you should be a fuck up, but it's just like
yeah.
Israel can't
Have you,
lose.
have you ever seen a Sunday league team, yeah? And the pops is the coach. And the son's just not the best player on the team. He comes late sometimes, but somehow he gets in the match day squad. It's rigged. It's rigged. He just can't. No, but no. How comes he?
He's playing all 90 minutes.
Right, yeah. And there was always a Baconite midfielder, you know, Henderson or something, like running around.
No flavor.
You know.
Passion merchant.
Yeah. Go on, lads.
She run around the pitch.
We're running around the pitch, bro. You like that, man?
For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Most High according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calls.
Right? Because of the Most High's will.
You know? What was it?
Because all these nations are quick to blame us and look what you did though.
Yep.
Look how you behaved, how you were acting. You know? What have you done? Yeah, there's plenty of things you can point at Israel at, you know, and say how bad we are, this and that. Yeah, fine. But that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything, man. Because you heathens are not clean. But, you know, many accounts, man, you heathens are not any better than us. In that term, you can't point no fingers.
Yeah, because
You know?
the Most High gave every nation a chance,
Exactly.
right?
And you've all done wickedness, you've all served idols and all that kind of business, sacrifices, all of that. You're still doing it now.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not any better. So you don't get to point the finger and say, oh, look at you. Bro, the Most High said what He said. He made a promise to us, man, and that is it, man. You don't get to usurp us because you feel like you're better now.
And that's why it's promised that we'll get a new heart, man.
Exactly.
A heart made of flesh.
Which again is only promised to the Israelites to be changed.
Because when you read, was it Sirach 10, it speaks about one that is profitable. Now, we had a chance to rule for a little while, but in this heart of stone that we had, we weren't profitable. We're more profitable than the heathens, but we weren't profitable like we will be when we have that heart of flesh, man, where we can't go off, right? Pure righteousness on auto.
Because how the Most High is always framed is like we fell down to your level.
Yeah.
That's how it's always kind of been framed. Like we was meant to be the perfect, the righteous, and have the Lord's such commandments, and move in this type of way. But we became like the heathen.
Well, that's what separated us from the heathen.
Yeah. So we've become like you. It's not that you're better. It's just that we're down right now. We're down right now, but we're not going to be down forever. And that's why the Most High is going to change us and make us perfect. And then there will be truly a divide between us. Truly a huge divide. You know. But we're waiting for that time for that to be realized yet. You know. That's it.
As goes on to say, it was said unto her, the herder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
As it is written. That's another big statement. As it is written. Things as they are written. Right? So why is everybody trying to change what's been written? If what's been written is what's the most important thing. Ain't about words. It's about what the Most High has spoken, man. When everybody wants to jump in. Well, where was that written? You know?
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Most High?
Do you like it? Do you like that? No, most of these nations don't like that. But again,
It hurts my feelings.
yeah, but does the Most High give a shit? No. Who cares? He made appointments with us. You were in the room. No one asked your opinion. Oh, should I bless Israel? No, you weren't spoken to or consulted. Most High did it because he can, of his own volition. right? He decided that he even got no part in this, and that I'm going to choose this nation, Israel, and they're going to be my people, and they're going to be the kingdom of heaven, basically. He decided that on his own. Okay, without no even interference. No one asked you what you wanted.
For he says to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion.
So basically, the Lord side does what He likes. Right? He will have passion where He wants to have compassion, and we have, and He won't where He don't. Right? And this goes on to speak about the Pharaoh. Right? Pharaoh was given plenty of opportunities to do the right thing, and the Most High could have had it happen. Could have let us go the first time, right? And maybe it wouldn't have been so bad for Egypt, but Most High hardened His heart purposefully to bring about Pharaoh's particular end. So he was punished, and Egypt was punished, as a nation was punished and disappeared essentially in history until Greek come back and start doing their funky shit. But Egypt, as a people, the Mizraim, them as a people, gone. They're finished, bro. They had no prominency ever again. They were done.
They was done. Everyone's passing through.
Man, the Egyptians don't even know they were Egyptians no more, bro.
Imagine that. Instead,
Yeah, man, just
jumping and shit. I don't know who the hell.
got a bunch of Arabs claiming the throne and shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Imagine that. Which, when you see some of the paintings of the ancient Egyptians, even the British Museum, tall, black, wiry people. In these, man.
Aliens, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's clear. And then there's paintings of a taller, dark people oppressing a smaller brown people. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why who's that? The minister of Egypt said it.
Oh yeah.
Came back white.
Somehow on the south.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. The real Israelites left black, they came back white. What the fuck's going on?
So I think he says like you will never know peace.
Yeah.
I think he makes it you won't have peace.
Yeah.
Because the righteous aren't in that land, man. What was it? The one with the lions was Sumerians.
Yeah.
Right, because it was like, look, that land, even us, we weren't right, and eventually got kicked out of that land.
Exactly. The scripture says the land will spew you out.
Yeah.
As it did other inhabitants, like the Canaanites.
So again, that's what part of the curses that was explained to us very well. We knew what the deal was, but I guess again because there's Israelites amongst us that are not faithful, things starting to unravel, man.
Yep.
And this is why the Most High is looking for the faithful. This is what He wants. He wants faith, those that believe.
That's it.
Right, and that's why the Lord, in this junction, He's only going to save the elect. The rest of our people are going to be destroyed with the rest of the heathen. With those especially in America, right? Because they don't have the other option of going into slavery because they're either going to be destroyed or saved. That's the two outcomes for them. But the other nations now are going to be destroyed or put into slavery. But again, these are all the desires and the will of the Heavenly Father. He's already stated these things. It's not like we just come up with it.
I have a precept.
Go on.
This is Luke 1:68. Blessed be the Lord power of Israel, for He have visited and redeemed His people, and had raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of His servant David, as He spake by the mouth of His holy prophets, which have been since the world began. And what's interesting, it says the prophets have been there since the world began, which that actually proves at the time of Noah, the sons of God, those prophets then in regards to the righteous seed, the righteous life.
Yep.
So who would them prophets back then be called? Wouldn't they be called be a prophet among the sons of God? You know what I mean?
Because in a voice speaking in the call.
Yeah, that's it.
So in Genesis.
Yeah, the garden.
The garden.
The prophet.
And that's when you read about, because obviously the time before the flood was chaotic. And obviously we speak about the righteous line and the Enoch, the Methuselahs, and that these are men of the Lord. These are sons of God that were given, had faith and given the word. So these would have been the same guys with the prophets speaking these things of the future.
Yeah, like even I believe there's a script. Is it Jude? One of them scriptures talk about
Enoch prophesied?
Enoch talked about the Lord coming with saints. You know, so that's how long. That's why the Lord coming from the volume of the book, man. He's written of everywhere, all throughout.
That's it.
There's a lot of things that point to him. You know what I mean? Throughout the scriptures, the Old Testament, Apocrypha, New Testament is throughout. What's it? Is in Second Esdras where it mentions in my name. You know, it says, "My son, how shy shall be revealed." You know, it's deep. There's a lot of scriptures in there. You know? It says, "Which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us." You know, and Psalms 83 categorizes who our oppressors are, our enemies are. You know, these other nations, man. To perform the mercy promised to our fathers again, it centralizes. And who are the fathers of the promise? You know, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And to remember his holy covenant and the oath which he swore unto our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we be delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear.
Again, why specifically our enemies?
Yeah.
Why these things are very specific
Specific.
when we're talking about them. If we're being saved from our enemies, then who are our enemies? And you can go into
Who are
Psalms.
you? You know what I mean?
You can go into all of that because all these nations have had a hand in bringing us down. So it's like they're all our enemies, right? So why is now the Lord going to save our enemies?
Yeah.
Right? That don't make no damn
I
sense.
just think that to this day they're still our enemies. like,
You know, they're still oppressing us. They're still hiding things from us. It's like, so why are they going to get saved?
so,
Yeah, you more?
Nah. No, that's really it.
Anybody else got anything more?
I just want the scripture.
We can close up in a minute.
So Psalms 105 verse 5, it says, remember his marvelous
Actually, I was
works.
going to read Psalm. Read that after.
Psalms 105:5, it says, remember his marvelous works that ye have done, his wonders and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant, ye children of Jacob, his chosen.
Yeah. You are seed of Abraham, and I think it's Isaiah 41. Oh, Jacob, my servant, the seed of Abraham, my friend. You know, because that's why, you know, it's like, it says seeds of many, but seeds of one. The one that was of promise. Because if you go back, he was kind of, you know, it got to a stage where his wife was like, look, man, go find another woman, man.
I'm done.
Have seed, man. So that can't happen. And then, promised by the angel.
God was like, no.
And then she laughed. And that's how he got his name. Which is Isaac. And then she said, no, I didn't laugh.
lie
Women
to
gonna lie
it.
to an angel. hey, man, if a woman gonna lie to an angel, man, what makes you think she's gonna tell you the truth? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he got the name, man.
That's what I say. He has the creature that breathes 7 days but never dies.
Creature that bleeds 7 days and don't die. Shit, but if they're on that improv, they be beating them for like a month, man. Some of these bitches bleed forever, bro. A woman, bare ladies with a issue of 12 years, like a lot of them, bro. They'll be on that, them pills, be met, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously, man. You be chatting to some of these women that on these pills and implants. It's like, nigga, what? Do you stop bleeding?
Well, one of the things that I just read earlier on was talking about how the pill basically depletes a whole load of minerals and stuff from a
Yeah,
woman's
man.
body, right? And then the thing is, it's like the way,
Iron.
the way it then does. I forget exactly the terminology of it, but it basically stops certain things binding correctly. So then women will then go and do like blood tests because they don't feel right. But then the blood test will be like, well, you've got all of the elements in you, but it's like the body.
The
has-
ratios.
No, everything's in there. It's just it's something has changed in the makeup of their body that it's not it's not able to be soluble into their system. So it's there, but it can't absorb into their system properly. So then it's a thing of like, then after they have the baby, right? Because normally they'll be on the pill and then they'll be like, oh, let's try for a baby. And this, that, and the other. Now that they're having the child, then they're having all of these messed up emotions postpartum, right? And a lot of that is because they were on the pill for hella long, right? And then now really what's happening, yes, they are having the postpartum depression. Then on top of that, their body is now like, yo, I have no energy, I have none of these minerals because you've been going 12 years without certain minerals in your body. All that to say, Esau's the fucking devil.
That's it. And it says, verse 7, He is the Lord Yahweh our God, His judgments are in all the earth. He have remembered His covenant forever, the word which He commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant He made with Abraham and Isaac, and his oath unto Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law.
Yeah, I think that the one you made in Apocrypha is similar, but this the one I wanted.
Go on. And to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When they were but
Which it was already ours anyway.
Exactly.
That was the garden Eastwood and Eden. We're just going back to what was ours. When you think about it, it makes sense. That was ours anyway. Like the birthright blessing was ours from the beginning. That land was really ours. The Canaanites ended up there after the flood. But that's the garden. We got banished. We just came back home. It's always ours.
So you know why I'm laughing?
Yeah.
Because it's like any brother that's from so-called Africa or whatever, you have family that has given you an inheritance. Like it's your little land patch, right? Then you go back home and then you got squatters in your land patch, right? And now you got to move them along. That's what the Canaanites were. They were squatting.
That's basically what we have to deal with. I had to deal with the same thing with Ghana. Niggas, I've been on this land for 25 years. But bro, the land was bought 40 years ago. Come on, man.
That's it.
And now I have to pay him to get off the land.
It's like Adam got moved off. It's like they took over, innit?
They took over, innit? Like someone's gonna stay there.
Exactly.
Like if you have a Bentley with the keys in, someone's gonna take the whip, innit? And then you might track him and find him in Dalston. Like, get out the car.
Get out of the car.
Yeah, go ahead.
when they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it.
Strangers.
See?
Squatters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they went from one nation to another, from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
I have this one last one I was going to read. Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and judgments to Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. That's right. It's all about Jacob, man. It's just the narrative. That's why the second Esdras, it says, like, it mentions when Jacob and Esau was in the room. It's like everything in history is built up. It's built like around this chosen line and the wicked. And we're in them days where the story is about to be complete.
That's right. That's it. Anything else?
Alright, then we're going to say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Dash. Again, double honors unto the elders, the apostles, GMS, and Shalom, and to the whole for it, from truth and sincerity, man.